Hi everyone, welcome to French class. I'm Ruth Kamwadi. I'll be the one taking you for this particular class. So, a little about me. Like I said, my name is Ruth Kamwadi. I'm a fourth year law student at Northrise University. My nationality, I'm a Congolese from DRC. And my native language is French. And other languages that I speak are English, Swahili, and Lingala. So, why is it important for us to learn a new language? The benefits of learning a new language are so many, but I can just point at some that can be interesting for us and related to the specific language that we're trying to learn, which is French. It boosts your memory. It's really interesting and important because it has been proven that many statistics have shown that it's quite helpful for the memory when you try to learn a new language. It boosts your memory and your capacity to memorize and stimulate your brain. So I think, some of us really need, for a bit of stimulation for our brains. And it's also interesting and helpful for us to learn a new language because it opens for us new opportunities and exposures. For instance, some of us, I know that are learning would take this particular course because we have a job opportunity and we are supposed to work maybe in a speaking French country where we are supposed to have a new job and stuff like that. It can really help us. We have some kind of, ABCD of the whole place that we are going, the language, the culture, and can help us to understand better that new environment to which we'll be exposed. Maybe someone have a job opportunity and in that particular job you are supposed to be speaking French. It's a requirement and I'm sure it can help us. And the third reason that it's quite interesting and important to learn a new language is to build confidence. One thing I can say is that when I came at first and started learning English, it wasn't an easy task. I'm not an introvert, but at the same time, I'm not someone who is very extrovert. But I found myself in a situation where I couldn't talk, I couldn't be confident because I did not know the language. So I really hope that while learning French, it will boost someone's confidence because no matter the occasion, the place and the country, you'll be able to pick up and understand what is going on and express yourself about it. And I think it's well known from everyone. French is a quite romantic language. So by learning French, you can become more romantic. Some of us maybe will now become romantic. You never know. So thank you for allowing me to take you for this course. It's an honor. Welcome. I hope you enjoy the course. Fine. Okay. This is our first video that we are going to be learning, and we are going to look at greetings and basics of some basics phrases. So, like we say, bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Okay. Greetings. Like other romantic languages, greeting people in French is not an all-inclusive situation. Okay. Your choice of word or expression will rely on how well you know the other person. Bonjour, good morning. Good morning, my love. Bonjour, mon amour. Bonjour, mon amour. Okay. Bon après-midi, good afternoon. Bon après-midi. So they just attach it. Bon après-midi. Bon après-midi. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, my sunshine. Bon après-midi, mon soleil. Okay? Bonsoir. Bonsoir. Good evening. Good evening, my enchanté one. Bonsoir, mon enchanté. Bonsoir, mon enchanté. Salut. Hi. Salut. Hi. Salut. Hi. Hi, my love. Salut mon amour. Salut mon amour. Allô. Hello. Allô. Hello. Hello my dearest. Allô mon cher. Allô ma chère. Ça va? Ça va? How are you? Ça va? How are you? How are you, my heart? Ça va, mon amour? Ça va, mon cœur? Ça va, mon cœur? Tu vas bien? Tu, 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 ok? Tu vas bien. Tu vas bien? Have you been well? Have you been well? Have you been well? Have you been well, my love? Tu vas bien, mon amour? Tu vas bien, mon amour? Enchanté. Nice to meet you. Enchanté. Enchanté. Nice to meet you. Nice to see you again, my darling. Enchanté de te revoir, mon chéri, ma chérie. We need to keep track of this. Mon chéri is a male, ma chérie is a female. Okay. Enchanté de te revoir, mon chéri. Enchanté de te revoir, mon chéri. So, enchanté can be used when you are seeing someone again, you are pleased to see them, or you are just meeting them for the first time. Okay. And then we have ça fait longtemps, dis donc. Ça fait longtemps, dis donc. Long time no see. Okay? Long time no see. We have long time no see, my love. Ça fait longtemps, dis donc, mon amour. Ça fait longtemps, dis donc, mon amour. Ok? Quoi de neuf? Quoi de neuf? What's up? Quoi de neuf? What's up? What's new in your life, my love? Quoi de neuf dans ta vie, mon amour? Quoi de neuf dans ta vie, mon amour? Ok. Au revoir. Au revoir. Au revoir. Goodbye. Goodbye, my darling. Au revoir, mon chéri. Au revoir, ma chérie. Once more here, mon chéri, it's for male. Ma chérie, it's for female. Salut. Okay, we use salut to say hi, and we are using it again to say bye. But it depends of the way you pronounce it, the way you express yourself while saying salut. For instance, when you are saying hi, you say salut, salut, okay? Salut. But when you are saying goodbye, it should be a bit higher. You'll be saying like salut, 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 which means goodbye. Salut, my love. Okay? Bye, my love. Salut, mon amour. Bye-bye. That's what means that, okay? That's what it means, sorry. Okay, we have à plus, later. À plus. À plus, later. Later, my love. À plus. À plus, mon amour. À plus, mon amour. À demain. À demain. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow, my heart. À demain, mon amour. À demain. Okay. So we also have this one. This table can help you to go through and understand better greetings and just compare them in French and English. It can really help you. So one thing I'll let you know, guys, is that repetition is the mother of knowledge. If you really want to know something and master something, you need to go through it again and again. Try to understand and memorize. And I'm making this video short so it can help you to go through again and again. If there is any question, any preoccupation, any suggestion, anything that like just go through your mind, guys, please feel free to contact me and ask questions. And if you think that I'm too fast, I can try to make it, maybe less fast. Anything for you guys. Thank you. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Bienvenue à notre session. Welcome to our second session. Sorry for my voice if it's a little rough. I'm not really feeling well. So we are going to look at the ABC of the French, okay, alphabet. ABC of French. Okay, so we are going to talk about alphabet and pronunciation. There are 26 letters in the French alphabet, 20 consonants and 6 vowels. French letters are the same as in English alphabet. Both languages use the Latin alphabet, but French pronunciation is different. So we can notice that there are a lot of words that we can find in French and find them in English, but what makes them different is the way you pronounce them, and that's where we have that thing whereby you realize that even someone learn how to speak English, they will still have a bit of accent, or maybe someone speaking French will still have an accent. So guys, let us put in our mind that it's normal and it's something that we should be proud of. French is not a phonetic language, meaning one letter does not have a single corresponding sound. Because of this, when you learn French, you must not only learn the alphabet but also learn the pronunciation rules. So even though we have an accent, but it's important for us to be heard and understood whenever we speak. So it's important for us to learn the alphabet and the way we are supposed to pronounce them, so we can be clear enough while talking to people and expressing ourselves in French. While there are only 26 letters in the alphabet French, there are over 35 letter sounds or phonemes made by different letter combinations, letter placements, and accent marks. Okay, when letters are in the context of a word, they may be pronounced differently. For example, H in French is typically silent unless it follows A or C. So here are the alphabet. I'm going to pronounce them in French and then I will try to attach them with some words so it can be easier for us to memorize the alphabet and some letter and some word on top of that. And I will say something like A, like love. But like means come. Like in French is come. So please let us be together. So we have A comme amour. A comme amour. B comme baiser. B comme baiser. C comme câlin. C comme câlin. D comme douceur. D comme douceur. E comme éternité. E comme éternité. F comme flamme. F comme flamme. G comme grâce. G comme grâce. H comme harmonie. H comme harmonie. I comme intimité. I comme intimité. J comme joie. J comme joie. K comme kangourou. K comme kangourou. L comme lueur. L comme lueur. M comme merveille. M comme merveille. N comme nuit. N comme nuit. O comme or. O comme or. P comme plaisir. P comme plaisir. Q comme quotidien. Q comme quotidien. R comme rêve. R comme rêve. R comme rêve. R, R, R comme rêve. S comme souffle. S comme souffle. T comme tendresse. T comme tendresse. U comme union. U comme union. U comme union. V comme vibration. V comme vibration. W comme whisper. W comme whisper. X comme zozo. X comme zozo. Y comme Dieu. Y comme Dieu. Z comme zénitude. Z comme zénitude. Okay, so I just add up this little board that can help you to go through and try to study again. But I would like to tell someone that repetition is the mother of knowledge. So if we have time to go through again and again, if we can just be listening to it to help us to memorize this word, it can be really helpful for a fast learning for us. So if there is any question, any suggestion, anything that you want to know more and understand, I'm free and I'm here for you guys. Please take time to please feel free to text and ask questions. Okay, thank you. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Welcome back, guys. This particular session we are going to talk about vowels. Okay, yeah, we are going to talk about vowels, the French vowels. Okay, there are 6 French vowels in the French alphabet, but there are 19 vowel sound. Okay, 12 oral, 4 nasal, and 3 for semi vowels. So let me try to explain and expand on this one to vowels pronunciation together. So let me try to explain and expand on this one. I think I say that and I'll keep on repeating that French is an expressive language. You need to be loud and clear while talking. They need to feel to how can I say, they need to feel and see like what you are saying, what you're trying to say, your lips, your R, your everything that puts energy into it. The difference between them have to do with how they are pronounced. Oral vowels are pronounced mainly using the mouth. So when you're saying something like tu, using, for instance, pronouncing the alphabet U, your lips must show it. Okay, while nasal vowels are pronounced when hair passes through your nose and mouth. For instance, what we can the one vowel that but one vowel that we can pronounce here can be like okay, I can give an example of ara. For instance, when you say ara in French, you have to take it like it should be feel like it's coming from inside, like R, R, R. Okay, and you have semi vowels are also known as clicked because they are supposed to be pronounced, because to pronounce them you have to click quickly between the 2 vowels sound that create a syllable. So you need to attach those 2 words so that the sound that to come out of it will be like you are saying only one word. Okay, it's very important to work on that and try to understand that particular part about the speaking part of French. Okay, it's important for the writing, but even more for the speaking, for you to be understood whenever when you're trying to express yourself. You need to put into its energy. Most of the time people ask me like most of the time people think that French people are loud, but it's not about being loud, it's about being loud and clear. If you just speak French the way you speak English, people will be asking you to articulate a lot, so it's when you talk about articulation in French, it's something that we should feel, we should see. Okay, I hope I'm clear on this one. So combinations and sound and example that we can have here, and this little board can help you to go through again on your free time. So we have I'm pronouncing the word in French now. E plus U, O. We have O, E, U. O, we have U and A. So when you try to pronounce them while being combined, you say something like O and U. For instance, when you put it in a phrase here, it will give you heure. Them being put together will create one and only vowel. Okay, and the pronunciation will be O, or the pronunciation is here. It will be O, O, U. And then we have OA. Here, the pronunciation will be R, O. It will be R, or it will be O. Okay, together. So when we try to put it into a phrase or maybe a word, it will be sœur, sœur, sœur. Okay, and then we have U, which will be O plus U, that will be U, U, that will be U, which will give us jour, jour. And we have here A, U, together, it will give us O. And we also have here the sound AU together, and the letters AU together will also give us O, the sound. So it's important for us to understand that once we put words together, they might sound like a single syllable. That's what I was explaining in the previous slide. Okay, it's very important for us to understand that and try to learn more and try to, work on that. Okay, so we are done with this particular session, and I want to remind someone again that repetition is the mother of knowledge. Please let us try to take time and listen to it again and again so we can understand and memorize the word, and it can be easier for us to learn fast. Okay, thank you. See you next session. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Welcome back, guys. So today we are going to look at how do you pronounce accents in French. There are 5 diacritical marks used in French that are placed on 5 vowels: A, E, I, O, U, and the consonant C. Sometimes accent marks change the pronunciation of the word, and other times they just change the word meaning. This one is really important for us to learn because we do not have accents in English. Okay, so it's important for us to understand this principle so we can go forward in our way of speaking French. So I'm starting from scratch so we can be able to speak good English, write good English, And there are 5 accents in French. Writing are accent aigu, here, accent aigu, l'accent grave, la cédille, l'accent circonflexe, l'accent tréma. Ok, accent aigu, accent grave, l'accent cédille, l'accent circonflexe, l'accent tréma. Aigu, this is the one, aigu, ok, grave, cédille, circonflexe, tréma. Okay. Here is a little something that can help you to go through by yourself. It's easy to see the accent here, the way they look like. So we have the one here, aigu, grave, cédille, circonflexe, cédille. Here's what each French accent mark is, including which letters it applies to, and how it's affecting and how it affects each letter. So accent aigu L'accent aigu can be placed on a, I, okay, at the beginning or end of the word. Grave, l'accent grave can change the pronunciation of the I and change the meaning of the word. Okay? Circonflexe. L'accent circonflexe can change the pronunciation of A, E, and O. It can also be used to distinguish words that are spelled the same way without accents. Finally, it can indicate a word Latin root. C'est dire accent. L'accent c'est dire. So this particular one, it's just they are looking like a small S and C and give to C the sound of S. Okay. Then we have l'accent tréma. Okay. L'accent tréma. This one just here. L'accent tréma. This is placed above two consecutive vowels to indicate that they should be pronounced separately. Okay, those two vowels, even though they are together, because we saw before this that some vowels, when you put them together, they create one sound. So you are supposed to pronounce them like fast, to make them one sound. But when you have these specific accent on top, these, the trema ones, that means that you have to pronounce them separately. I don't know if you guys can see the difference that the accent have to play, that usually plays in French, okay? And yeah, this was the end of our session. Thank you for being with me and still be there. So I'll repeat once more that repetition is the mother of knowledge. Please let us take time to go through again and again and try to study it so we can memorize and be able to write and speak by the end of our class. Okay? And if you need more clarity, explanation, you have questions, you want anything else regarding the class, I'll be willing and happy to help you guys. Okay, thank you. See you next time. So our next session, we are going to look at silence letters. Yay! I hope someone is excited as me. Okay, bye-bye. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. How are we? Comment nous allons? Okay. So, our today's session, we are going to look at silent letters. Okay. Some French words contain silent letters or letters that aren't pronounced. Many different letters can be silenced depending on where is a word, on where in a word they are placed. So there are some general rules for silent letters in French. Okay, so we have the letter H. The letter H, it's not usually pronounced in the French word unless it is associated with A or C, making it sound like cha, cha, cha. Okay, this one specifically here, it will sound like cha, sha, sha. Okay. Then we have this one here, the letter U. U. I hope we remember this one. U, just here. U. Okay. It's not. This one is not usually pronounced when it appears after A, G, A, G, que. But it changes the pronunciation of the G. Okay. And the letter N. N is silent when associated with another letter that create a nasal and a nasal sound, like on, 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 on. Okay, and then we have the letter E. And this one is not pronounced if it comes after an O, because of O, oi, oi, O. In the French, this one, because of the French, right? This one is, in French, it's meant a sound like wa, 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 wa. Because of the O will have more power over the other following letter. For instance, we have the word wood in French, which will sound like bois, 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 simply because of the O that is in front. Then we have the E at the end of a word is typically silent unless he has an accent. The aigu accent, accent aigu, which will give it a high pitch, which will give it a high pitch. You're supposed to pronounce it going up. Okay. Then we have the letter S, X, T, D, G, and P are usually silent when they appear at the end of the word. So you can find them there, but still not pronounce them. Okay, and at the beginning or inside of the word, H is never pronounced except when associated with C. Okay, transform into she, like sh, 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 sh. Okay, and we have U. Don't pronounce it after G O Q. Do not pronounce U after G O Q. Okay, then we have N. Don't pronounce it when creating nasal sound, like on, etc., etc. I don't pronounce it. We have E. Don't pronounce it after O, because O will sound more like wow, wow. I don't know how to pronounce this one. Like wa, wa. It will sound more like wa, wa. Okay. At the end of the word. So this is what we are not supposed to pronounce. We have E, which is E. Do not pronounce E. Don't pronounce it at the end unless there is an accent on it. S. Don't pronounce it at the end. For plural in specific word. For instance, when you speak English and you want to put something to plural and there is an S at the end, you are supposed to pronounce the end. The end must be loud, must be heard, but it's not the same for French. It's different. So we have examples of word here. Autrefois, un avis, un bras, une brebis, un colis, un corps, un dos, un héros, etc., etc. So we have X. Don't pronounce it at the end in noun, some plural, adjective, and some verbs. Example, we have un choix, une croix, un époux, délicieux, les choux, des joues, etc., etc. After silence at the end of the verb, we are not supposed to pronounce the T. Okay? T. Certain word. Example, we have un achat, un chat, et trois, un toit, un bruit. So it's just silence. Then we have T. They found at the end of some word after part of the specific ending cannot be pronounced. Okay. Donc, so we have example here: chaud, un allemand, un boulevard, un accord, louer, etc. And we have lourd. Okay. J'ai. Don't pronounce it at the end except in word ending with eng. Example: bourg, coin, shopping, etc. Most of them are borrowed word from the English. We have paix. Don't pronounce it at the end of the word or in some verbs. Example: prompt, c'est, beaucoup, un chat, il interrompt, etc. This video is quite a bit long, so I hope you guys enjoyed it and understood everything that I was trying to explain. And those different words that I gave, I read here, I didn't put any meaning in English. So I'll be glad to have a feedback from you guys, giving me the meaning of these different words in English. Okay. So see you next time, and don't forget, repetition is the mother of knowledge. Please go through again and again, and if there is any question, feel free to contact me and we'll work on that. Thank you. Bye bye. Bonjour. Welcome back, guys. In this particular session, we are going to talk about French letter and combinations. I hope someone is excited. French letter and combinations. French words don't always look the way they sound. They may combine letters to make a new sound. So for the fact that French word does not always sound the way they look, that's when I think we can also give it to the English. Okay. They may combine letters to make a new sound. French letters combinations. You will learn about certain French sounds that are made up of two or more letters that are pronounced together. Letters can be two vowels, two consonants, or one more vowels and one consonant. Okay. So, vowels combination. We have A, E. So take note here that I'm pronouncing the letters in French. We have here A, E. Together it will give us A, like in bed. A. Okay. Sorry. Then we have A, U. Okay, let me try to show you guys with just this. So we have A, E, pronounced like A in bed. Example: maison. Okay. A, U, pronounced like O, like in go. Example: O. Okay. A. Then we have E, A, U. That to be pronounced like O, like in go. Example: beau. Okay. Then we have O and E. That to be pronounced like wa in water, which will give bois, wood. Bois. I don't know if you guys realize that the bois I do not give that much power to the E. It's most likely the E is trying to come out and the O is swallowing it, so giving the sound wa. Okay, and we have O, U. Here it will give us the sound ho, like who, like who, like who, who, oo, who, who. O, U give us who, like in food. Example, fou, which means crazy. Example, fou. Then we have E plus U. That will be pronounced like U. Okay? U. Like U. Like in cats. Okay? U like in cats. Example, peur. Peur. And then we have consonant combination. We can have C plus H, which will be pronounced like sh, sh, sh. Example, sha. Then we have Q plus U, that will be pronounced like k, which will give you example here, like in kite, where what we can pronounce here is like kwa, what, kwa. It will be just one sound. And we have JN, which will be pronounced like k, n, k, k, k. So this one will be sounding like a Spanish word, like N in señor, like r, señor, señor. Example, gnome, gnome. And we have TH here. TH primary sound is a borrowed word and pronounced like in English, th, th. So like in thing, okay? Think, like th, like in think. Example, les thèmes, thème, thème, thème. And then we have PH, also found in borrowed word and pronounced like English F. Okay. Example, telephone, telephone. Okay, I think I said that. French, what makes French such a beautiful language is that it's a combination of so many languages. Like you can find some word that you find in English, you can find some word that you can find in Spanish, like Latin, all those words. It's such a beautiful and rich language. Okay, so this is a little something to help you guys to revise and go through things, so it can help you to understand better and stay in touch. This is the end of this particular session, and yeah, I'll not stop and I won't stop reminding you guys that it's really important to try to go through again and again. That's why I'm trying to make these videos as short as possible. Repetition is the mother of knowledge, so let us keep on trying to understand and keep on trying to go through again and again, so we can memorize and learn fast. And if there is any question, any preoccupation, anything that you related to the course, of course, you want to get and you want to learn from me or understand from me, just feel free, guys, to contact me. I can work on that with you guys. And thank you. Bye bye. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. So the last few sessions we tried to establish the ABC of French, the vowels and all other stuff related to letters, so it can help us to pronounce properly words, to understand why we are pronouncing this word in a particular way and these ones in the other way. So now we are going to talk about numbers and counting. I hope someone who loves counting money is excited, okay? So let us go into it. Okay, numbers and counting. In this lesson, you will learn about numbers in French from 1 to 100, which will help you express cell phone numbers, date, and prices and time. Those things that are really important that we usually have to talk about, like in our everyday life. You also learn why the numbers 1 to 20 are especially important, and how to count by 10. Okay, so one of the basic skill in learning a language is learning how to count to 10. Okay, because most of the time, if we pay attention, once you know how to count up to 10, you can easily put up other words together or other numbers together and proceed by counting. And practice the number 0 to 10 in French will be helpful, with tips for pronunciation. I'll try to help you guys with pronunciation, like let's say 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, right now I just count 1 to 10. Okay, here as this is a board that can help us to visualize what we are trying to study. So let me try to. Okay, here is 0. It's here, right? 0, which is 0. 0. There is an accent here. If guys, you can pay attention, which means that we really need to put the emphasis on the like on the here. It's supposed to be really high accent. 0, 0. Okay, then we have 1. Okay, then we have 2, 3, 3, and we have here 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 9, 10. So I hope we are moving together right now. So let us try to count from 1 to 20. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. So from here we have 1 to 100, and I think and I believe that if we understand and memorize how to count from 1 to 20, we'll be easily able to do the other part, because we just have to put the combination. Like we said, 20 is 20. So okay, if you have to count maybe from 21 to 30, you just need to put the 20 in front of everything, and you say 21, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Okay, I think it's quite easy, right? Once you catch up the whole thing, you can easily go through again like that. So The only thing that I can try to help by putting there, it can be maybe to learn 30, 40, 50, and what again, 60, 70, 80, and 90. So let me try to pronounce 30. 30 would be 30, 30, 30. And 40 would be 40, 40. And 50 would be 50, 50. Okay. And 60 would be 60, 60. 70 would be, okay, okay, I'm here. 60. 70 would be 70, 70. So this specific 70 is a way of learning. So French has actually two different way of pronouncing things. So the one that is directly rooted into Latin word, you say septante, septante. But this one you say 70. But I'll try to make you guys memorize this. I will advise you guys to memorize the I'll advise you guys to memorize the septante. Okay, I'll put it somewhere there so you can, yeah. Then we have 80, 80, here 80, 80, 80. And then we have 90 here, which is no, not. And then we have 100, which will be pronounced simply as 100. So if we just go through this specific board, it can help us a lot, guys. And I really hope that you enjoy this specific lesson. And if you have any difficulty with numbers, please feel free to contact me, and I'll try to make it simple and clear for you guys. Thank you. See you next session. Bonjour. I hope we are all fine. So this specific session, we are going to look at tell me, yeah. Okay, telling time in French. Okay, so I hope someone is excited, and this is quite important for us to learn, because when you learn about numbers, you of course want to know how to ask time. When you are maybe traveling, you're working, and all that, you need to find out about the time. So, and telling time in French. Knowing how to tell time in French is essential for traveling, meeting up with friends, making, appointment, and getting to work or school on time. Once you learn these formulas, you never have an excuse to be late again. So I have to ask, are you guys willing to learn? Because you will lose the excuse. Okay, so only hours in need for the only hours in need for this lesson when telling time is equivalent to a clock, sorry. So only time. I'll pronounce this particular, yeah, heure. That's the way you pronounce it. Only heure is needed for this lesson. When telling time, it's equivalent to o'clock. Okay, this is the only word that is important. And then there are 3 French translations for time, yeah, each with a different meaning. So we have heure, okay, this one here, the first one, heure, which is time, as in telling time. Quelle heure est-il? What's the time? Quelle heure est-il, mon ami? What time is it, my friend? Quelle heure est-il, mon ami? What time is it, my friend? Okay. Le temps, which means time as in period of time. J'ai passé du temps ici. I spent some time here. I spent some time here. J'ai passé du temps ici. I spent some time here. J'ai passé du temps ici. Okay. La fois, time as in instance. You know? La fois, time as in instance. Je l'ai fait une fois. I did it one time. You know? Je l'ai fait une fois. I did it one time. You know? Two more important notes about heure. You know? Heure. Hour. It's a noun. So it's singular with une heure, 1h20, etc., etc. And plural with all other numbers. 2 heures, des heures, plutôt 2 heures, 15 heures, 30, etc., etc. Its abbreviation H is used where a colon is used in English. Okay? Where a what? Where a colon is used in English. This is what you can notice happen just here. You notice like 1 hour, 2 hours, 15 hours, stuff like that. So on va dire 1 heure, 1h20, 2 heures, 15h30. While you definitely need to be able to understand the 24 hours clock, you don't necessarily need to talk about time with it. Instead, you can use the phrases du matin to mean AM, and the l'après-midi from noon until around 6 p.m. followed by du soir until midnight. What time is it? You just say it is 1 o'clock and that and that and that. So, quelle heure est-il? Il est 1 heure. Il est 2 heures. Il est 3 heures. Il est 4 heures. Ok? Il est 4 heures du matin. Il est 5 heures moins le quart. Il est 4 heures. Il est 4 heures. 4 heures 45. Il est 4 heures 45. Il est 5 heures 10. Okay? And these are the following paths that we can try to go through and try to read again and again. That can help us a lot. Il est l'heure. Il est 7 heures. Il est 6 heures. Il est 5 heures. So as you can see, these hours are not just I didn't just put them like this, but they have specific hours that you can attach it to and how to pronounce it and everything. So we are done with our session. We are going to go through greetings, numbers in everyday life. I'm just hoping that someone is excited to learn and try to find out to apply all the stuff that we have been learning, how we can attach it to our everyday life up to now. So if there is any question, guys, feel free to ask any question. I'll be available for you guys. And do not forget, repetition is mother of knowledge. Please take time to go through the video again and again, and where you need more clarity, feel free to text me and ask about it. Thank you. See you next time. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. Haha. Greetings, numbers in everyday life. I don't know about you guys, but me, I'm very excited about this specific session. So let us get into it. We have one thing that we must talk about that can help us. These basic greetings and numbers will help you navigate everyday interaction in French. Okay? Practice using them in different contexts to build confidence in your language skill. And I'm telling you guys, I'm being so, I don't know which word to use, but I'm trying with all my heart and so much love to make you guys being fluent and understand these things, because it can be, it can shake your self-esteem and confidence while trying to speak a new language and you're not able to make people understand what you're trying to say. I've been there, I went through there, and I don't want you guys to go through there. So that's why I keep on repeating, please try to learn on your free time again and again. Here are the different ways to say I according to the time of the day and the person you are speaking to. Sorry for my voice, I'm not feeling well, sorry. And so what we can start by doing is that we can try to see how you guys have memorized the greetings, bonjour, hello, good morning, come. So commonly you greet people like that morning or during the day, or maybe sometimes even when you didn't see the person the whole day but you see them in the evening. The first thing you have to say is bonjour, okay, bonjour, okay. And we have hi, hello usage. You usually say that it's an informal greeting, you do not greet your elder like that. You do not say hello, hi to your boss, to your lecturer, you do not say salut. You do not say salut to your boss, your lecturer, your mom, your big brother, stuff like that. It's an informal way of greeting people. And when you say bonsoir, good evening, this one is strictly used at night, evening, when meeting someone later in the day. Even if you saw them and say good morning at in the morning, but you need to say bonsoir at night, okay? And we have bienvenue, which is welcome. It's usually used for someone who used to welcome someone to a place or an event. We do not use it, for instance, you guys, you use welcome to say, for instance, I say thank you and you say you're welcome, stuff like that. No, us in French, we do not use it. It's strictly to welcome people, to make people know that they are welcome to the place, they are welcome to the activity and whatever is going on there. And we have comment vas-tu? Comment vas-tu? How are you? Common way to ask someone how they are doing. For instance, one thing that you can notice in English is that when someone asks you how are you, it's a formality, but in French it's not used as a formality. You are supposed to reply and tell people the way you feel. You're not just supposed to reply I'm fine, thank you. No, you say I'm going through this and maybe this and maybe this. Guys, I'm not saying that you should start explaining your whole life, but I'm saying that it's mostly something that people say to check up on you, not a formality. Comment ça va? Okay. Ça va bien? Merci. I'm fine, thank you. A typically response to a comment ça va? Okay. I don't know if people have ever noticed, I usually say I'm fine, thank you, and people used to find it weird, but that culture is deep in me, so I was just used to say I'm fine, thank you. That thank you specify that I'm grateful that you try to check up on me and find out how I'm doing, okay? And we have enchanté, nice to meet you. This one is used when meeting someone for the first time, or maybe you are pleased to see someone again, okay? You are meeting someone like, oh, nice to meet you, something like that. And when you are pleased to see someone that you met a long time ago and you did not have the opportunity, to go deep into knowing them and, accommodating them. And we have au revoir, goodbye, that is usually used to departing, whenever you're saying, okay, bye-bye, bye-bye. This one is quite clear. À bientôt, see you soon, used when expecting to see someone again and soon, okay? Seeing someone again and soon, that's when you use à bientôt, okay? Merci means thank you, expressing your gratitude, expressing, sometimes people use it just to express the deception. They'll say, oh, that's the way things are. Okay, thank you. It's mostly saying I'm grateful, but at the same time, it can say that I recognize and respect what you're saying sometimes, but I'm not okay with it. But I'll say, okay, thank you. That's all. You're welcome. De rien. Okay? Means that this de rien, it's a response that you give to someone to show them you are thanking. Okay, someone that is thanking you. Okay, response to someone thanking you, to making them understand that it's nothing. De rien. You are welcome. It was my pleasure. It's all that include in that thing, in that de rien. De rien. Okay. So this is a kali to, but that will help you to go through and just try to repeat it on your free time and try to understand this specific thing. Usage of number in everyday life. Asking about quantity. When you're trying to ask about quantity, you should say combien, combien, combien. So we have combien de pommes, and we have ordering for instance, ordering at a restaurant. You say je voudrais de café s'il vous plaît. I would like 2 coffees, please. Je voudrais de café, please. I would like 2 coffee, please. And we have telling time, which is il est 9h, okay? Il est 9h. It's 9 o'clock, You just try to tell time and stuff like that. And giving your phone number. Mon numéro de téléphone est 064 06 45 40 20 30 50. You just pronounce your number there and you just give your number. You do not say your line, but you say mon numéro de téléphone. Mon numéro de téléphone. Puis-je avoir ton numéro? May I have your number? Okay. And then we have shopping and prices. Cette jupe coûte combien? Okay. This skirt costs 20 euros. So to ask the cost of a specific item that you like to buy, you ask about its coûter. Coûter. Combien ça coûte? Coûter. Okay. You get this one. It's combien. It's how much. And coûter. You can also use it. Okay. Combien ça coûte? Combien ça coûte? And you have dates. Nous sommes les 1er janvier. It's the 1st January, And that was the end of the session. And if you guys want more clarity or maybe more explanation or me to expand more on that specific video, just feel free to ask me, because I think that there are a lot of things to talk about, but I'm trying to make it short to give you the opportunity to go through again and again and understand it better and memorize things. Okay, feel free to ask any question, and please do not forget, repetition is matter of knowledge. Bye-bye. See you. Bonjour. Welcome to our new session, which is introduction and welcome. Okay, let us get into it. So, this picture is just quite normal for all of us, because in most cultures, like French and English, people greet with kisses, but there is a little tiny difference that I still struggle with, is that you guys just give to each other like 2 kisses, but when it comes to the French culture, people give to each other 3 kisses actually, and most of the time, like, your lips do not even touch the other person's cheek, or even it's mostly like cheeks that's like cheek that are just touching each other most of the time. Sometimes they don't even touch, just to make it fancier. So, introduction and welcome. Okay, we are going to try to get this one because it's very important. You'll be using it in your life every day whenever you go travel or maybe working in a French country. So if this is your first time meeting someone, you need to know how to respond to these expressions. Okay, for instance, to ask your name, and a French speaker will say, comment vous appelez-vous? Comment vous appelez-vous? This is a formal one. Comment vous appelez-vous? Okay. Or an informal one is comment tu t'appelles? Comment tu t'appelles? Okay. Comment tu t'appelles? Informal one. Okay. So you're supposed to reply in this way. Je m'appelle, I don't know, Ruth. Je m'appelle Ruth. Je m'appelle Lilou. Je m'appelle. You just put your first name, okay? Je m'appelle. Je suis ravie de faire votre connaissance. Je suis ravie de faire votre connaissance. I'm delighted to make your acquaintance. I'm delighted to make your acquaintance. Je suis ravie de faire votre connaissance. Je suis ravie de faire votre connaissance. So, more formal ways to express pleasure upon meeting someone. Okay, let me try to go down here. As you can see, there are many differences here. This little board here can help you to go through and understand better what we are talking about, and you can just go through again and again and again. Comment tu t'appelles? Comment vous appelez-vous? Yeah, there is here those the French word, the English, and literal translation and context in which we can use those ones. Okay. Welcome phrases. We have bienvenue, 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 welcome, bienvenue, welcome. So when you arrive at a place, they will tell you welcome means bienvenue, but there is a bit difference here. I've noticed that while speaking English, you can say welcome to say thank you, welcome to say for instance, you have done something for someone, you're like you're welcome, but this bienvenue cannot be used in those contexts in French. It's only for welcoming people, that's all. Bienvenue. Okay, sois le bienvenu, sois la bienvenue, be welcome. There is just a difference here that we can notice here when they say sois le bienvenu. This one is for a male, sois la bienvenue, this one is for a female. You can notice the difference is E here at the end of bienvenue, and la for the female and le for the male. Welcome someone in the friendly manner, You're like, oh, bienvenue, sois le bienvenu. Like you are really happy to see that person. You are telling them that, be welcome. You are welcome to be here. And we have this one. Entrez s'il vous plaît. So come in please, in a gladly way. Entrez s'il vous plaît. Come in. Okay. Inviting someone to enter your place. And this one that you notice, I don't know if it's the same in English, but in French, if you go visit someone and they do not tell you to enter, they do not tell you to sit, you do not sit, you do not enter. Okay? These phrases are quite important. Fais comme chez toi. Fais comme chez toi. make yourself at home. They do not really mean that you should make yourself at home. I know a lot of things that French people said, they actually mean them, but this particular one, it's just to tell you that feel free. Don't be too, rigid. Like, feel home, but do not, I don't know, go into the kitchen, get food and do stuff like that. So do not be surprised when someone say, fais comme chez toi. Fais comme chez toi. Fais comme chez toi. Okay? Just telling you that feel free, feel at home, but do not behave like at home. Okay? Yeah, it's just inviting someone to feel comfortable and at ease. Bienvenue à. When you put this one, you have to put the location. For instance, you're going to a new restaurant, you're going to a hotel, you're going, traveling. They will say, bienvenue à l'hôtel Caravia, bienvenue à l'hôtel Caravia. This is saying that welcome to Hotel Caravia, so we can use this one. Usually people use this one to welcome people at a workplace, maybe like I said, a hotel and other stuff like that. And then we have this one. C'est un plaisir de t'avoir parmi nous. It's a pleasure to have you among us. C'est un plaisir de t'avoir parmi nous. Express delight at someone's presence. That's when you use this one. C'est un plaisir de t'avoir parmi nous. C'est un plaisir de t'avoir parmi nous. Soyez le bienvenu. Okay. Be welcome. Formal one, because here we're using this one, it's for plural or bigger people, like someone who is older than us, or maybe just being polite while working. Soyez les bienvenus. Be welcome. It's a formal one and plural. Formal or plural ways to welcome someone. On est content que tu sois là. On est content que tu sois là. On est content que tu sois là. We are happy that you are here. It's expressing happiness about someone's presence. So yeah, these are the different welcoming phrases and sentences that we need to master and understand for us to be free around people and understand what they are talking about. So once more, I would just like to remind someone that I can be teaching and do all this stuff, but if we do not go through again and again, it will be just useless, and I wouldn't like anyone to lose their money, because like I said again, repetition is a matter of knowledge. Please take time to just, to listen to it again and again and again. It can help. Okay, bye guys. I hope you enjoyed this session. See you next time. Welcome back. Bonjour. In this particular session, we are going to talk about secondary greetings, checking in, and options for replying to a secondary greeting. I hope we are all fine. Let us get into it. So, secondary greeting, checking in. After you have given some form of salutation, it's polite to ask how someone is doing. Bypassing this can be perceived as rude. You'll notice that phrases for checking in with someone use the verb aller, which is to go, rather than the verb être, which is to be. This is one of the biggest difference that we can notice between French and English. For instance, English people just say how are you, just to to be formal, and other just to be polite. But when you say how are you in French, you really mean it. Yeah. So here is a bit a small table that can help us, a small bot that can help us. So we have French words which are bien, merci. So good, thanks. You saying bien, merci means that thank you for asking. I'm fine, and thank you for asking. Thank you for your concern. Thank you for like being interested on how I feel and on how I'm doing. This is the meaning of you as when someone say bien, merci. Someone asks you how are you? Bien, merci. Comment tu vas? Bien, merci. Très bien, merci. Very well, thank you. Ça va, I'm good. Ça roule. This one is quite really it's informal. This one, ça roule. You just tell your friend like everything is just going well, comme ci comme ça. And I've noticed that this one is not really. I'll try to translate it. Yeah, it's here like this, like that. So I usually use this one and people are like, what do you mean? So comme ci comme ça, you can say like this, like that, means like sometimes you can even use stuff like kusi kusa. This one it's more like slang for comme ci comme ça. Things are not completely well, but they're not too bad too. You think? Pas mal. These ones are all informal. These ones are the reply, like this is how you reply to like comment tu vas. These are the replies. Pas mal. Pas pire. Like pas pire. Comme d'hab. Assez bien. Comme d'hab. Like usual. Like nothing new. Assez bien. Not that bad. Options for replying to secondary greetings. When asked, how are you? The most common response are ça va bien, it's going well, or tout va bien, everything's going well. Just as in English, it is uncommon to reply with ça va mal. Okay? Ça va mal. It's going badly. Even if you aren't 100%, you can use sometimes like comme ci, comme ça, like this, like that. Okay, to reply that things are so. Okay, yeah, could be better. Once you get comfortable with this, try out these more creative response, so you won't be like always answering the same way to the questions. So here a bigger one we can try to go through again. This one can help us. You can just try to read it, maybe do a screenshot, have it on your phone, just try to go through again and again. Comment allez-vous? Comment allez-vous? Here you can see there's the French's word, their English equivalent. You have literal translation, we have context, we have formality, all of them are here. Just try to memorize and go through again. It can really help. And if there is any question, or maybe you want to find more, or maybe I did not pronounce quite clearly some stuff, just feel free to contact me. I'll try to help on that. And yeah, guys, do not forget, mother of knowledge is what? Repetition. Let us try to repeat again and again so we'll master it. And if you want to have a conversation to just see how much you have improved, feel free to text me, feel free to call. We'll try to work on that just for the classes, nothing else. Anyway, bye bye, see you next time. Bonjour. How are we? So I'm so excited about this particular session. Vous or tu, which one to use? Yeah, I know it can be very confusing for English native people, because in English I also had that particular issue, guys, when I was learning. So I was feeling so rude, using you. But there is a difference in French when you speak to your elder. So the you use is different from the you use when you talk to your friend. So today we are going to go into it. Okay, so which one to use, vous or tu? So vous or tu, which one to use? The subject pronoun tu or vous can be quite confusing for English speakers when they are first learning French, considering we only have one subject pronoun to mean you in English. However, once you get your head around how to use it, you will see it's not as difficult as it first appears, not at all. And especially if you speak Bemba or anything like that, it's more like you are saying ba, those stuff. Okay, but what's the difference between vous and tu? Okay, to put it simply, we use vous when talking to more than one person or in formal setting, okay, while tu is reserved for singular and informal settings. Thereof, if you are talking to more than one person, you will always use vous. No matter your relationship with the people, you use vous. When talking to a single person, you will have to decide whether you use vous or tu. Okay. Now, we have tu. By using tu, when talking to someone, it indicates that you have a amicable, if I can say that, amicable or equal relationship with the other person. You guys are peers, you guys are classmates, you guys are age mates. For example, you would use this pronoun when talking to a friend, family partner, classmate, or colleague. Children and teens often use this with one another. Even when meeting for the first time, you just know that, okay, I'm around among my age mate and stuff like that, so you use tu. Tu is also used when talking to children, animals, and inanimate objects. However, if you use tu pronoun with someone that does not fit into this category, you are likely to cause offense. Use tu when talking to someone you have just met could be a sign of disrespect or contempt. So in most situations that I used to find myself in situation where I have to talk maybe to a lecturer, I have to talk to my elders, and I found myself like in a dilemma where I was uncomfortable using you instead of vous, because there is no vous in English. And big people, if I can say that, elder and people which are having a higher position than you can feel insulted by that. They can feel like, oh, this one is rude, this one is like this one is like that, just by using these little ones. So we have vous. Okay, by using vous, you are showing that you respect the person you are speaking to, or indicating that your relationship is distant. And this is used between strangers and in professional environments. For example, between an employee and a customer, or between a doctor and their patient. Using vous with someone who doesn't fall into this category would imply a dislike for person, a dislike for the person or being seen as snobbering, you're just snobbering someone, you're just being snob. And that is not like disrespect, it's something that is not taken lightly when it's come to the French culture. Okay, so we have this one here. It can show you which one is informal, which one is formal. I just ask you guys to go through and help to go through and understand this concept. It can help you a lot. It can open doors as it can close doors to you. It's very important, very, very important. Yeah. So I hope guys you enjoyed this particular session. I try to make it as short as possible so you can go through again and again. Do not forget, the mother of knowledge is repetition. So please let us go through it again and again. If we can even take a screenshot of these two little things that I'm sending, so you can just be scrolling on your phone and go through again and again. Okay. If there is any question, preoccupation, anything, feel free to contact me, then I'll help you with that. But guys, only related to the course. Okay, bye bye. Thank you. Hi everyone, how are we? Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. So our session today, we are going to talk about the basic grammar concept articles like les, la, les, un, une, des, du, de, la. Okay, I know it sounds like it's just the same thing I'm saying, but let us get into it and try to make it more clear. Okay, so articles, we have this first one, you pronounce it le. Okay, your tongue should be like up, le, and your lips should show it. This first one here, le. Then we have la, la. Your mouth should be open, la, la. Okay, and we have le, le. This one you say le, it's deep. This one it's le, le. This one is for single, this one is for plural. And we have ah, ah, ah. Okay, this one, just this one here, un, une, une. Then we have this one, like the le and the le, like the le and the le. Here you say de, de, de. It's de. It's light. You open your mouth. And this one is du, du. Your lips should write like a ho, do like a ho, du. And we have this one, which is a de. Okay. De, de. And then we have la, la, la. So define and definite. Okay, so we have this one here, articles. The articles indicate that the speaker is referring to either the speaker is referring to either a specific noun or to a class of noun in a general sense. The English define articles. You guys have the, okay, as 4 equivalent forms in French. Just this the as 4 equivalent in French. Depending on the gender and number of the person. So we have single and masculine here, which are le, la, l, 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 l. It's l. Okay. And you have le livre, la table, l'abricot, l'abricot, le livre, la table, l'abricot, the book, the table, the apricot. So apricot, yeah. So if you notice here, we used like 3 different articles, but we use only the here in English. So you just pay attention to this. Le, masculine. La, it's feminine. And this one, le, is mostly neutral, or sometimes it can be feminine or masculine, depending of the letter before putting it. Then we have plural, which is le. Le, okay? Les livres, les tables, les abricots, les livres, les tables, les abricots, the books, the tables, the apricots. Then we have the indefinite articles, okay? Indicates that the speaker is referring to either a specific noun or to one or some of something. The English indefined articles are two forms, like a and an, okay? While the French has 3, depending on the gender and number of the noun. We have masculine, which is un, féminine, which is une. Un abricot, une table, un apricot, a table. Des, which is for plural, des livres, des tables, some books, some tables. And this one that we are going to look into, the last one, is the partitive articles, okay? These ones indicate that the speaker is referring to only a portion or some of an uncountable noun, often food or drinks, okay? There are 4 forms in French, depending on the gender and number of the noun, as well as what letter is being with, okay? We have singular, we have du. We have masculine, we have du. Feminine, we have the, we have la, and we have they, we have they, de, and we have l here. So du beurre, it's something you cannot count, but it's masculine. And we have de la tarte, and we have de l'argent, okay, de l'argent. You cannot count all the money of the word, so you say de l'argent. And you have plural, which is des asperges, des épinards, des patates. I don't know if we pay attention and notice that most of the things that we are mentioned here are usually food. So we are done with this session. Thank you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and if there is any question, feel free to contact me and I'll try to help you as much I can. And guys, do not forget, repetition is the mother of knowledge. Please guys, let us try to go through again and again so we can memorize and understand whatever is going on. Thank you. Bye bye. See you next session. Let us get into our topic of today, which is basic grammar concept, nouns and gender. Okay, let us get into it. What is noun gender in French? And like English, French nouns have gender, which you call in French genre. They can be masculine, which is masculin, or feminine, which is féminin. There are different ways to find out a noun's gender. We can look into the dictionary and check for the abbreviation M or for the abbreviation M, which stands for masculine, or for the abbreviation F, which stands for feminine. We can check the noun's ending, which generally gives an indication whether the noun is masculine or feminine. Or we can look at the noun's articles. Nouns with le is usually masculine ones, and noun with la are feminine. You should always learn nouns together with their articles to be sure of their gender. So I don't know if someone took time to go through the articles that we read before. They are very important. Why? Because if you have the ability to understand which articles is a feminine one, which article is a masculine one, it will be easier for you to speak and put the right article at the attached to the right noun. I know it can be a bit challenging for people that just speak English, because we don't really have in English articles except from the, from at, like stuff like that, but you can use for instance, you can use the same article for a feminine and a masculine name, but it's not the same in French, and it's not that light. Those kinds of mistakes are not taken lightly, actually. So it's really important for us to go through this particular session. Okay. How to tell a noun is masculine or feminine in French. So most of the time you'll find out that masculine noun endings of masculine nouns can be here, just here we have e, and we have which is and we have en, we have also often change into er, and we have on, we have which is T, E, U, R. Then we have A, G, I. Then we have A, L. Then we have E, A, U. Then we have E, N, T. We have E, T. We have A, S, M, E. We have I, S, M, I. In. And we have en, we have o, I, r, we have a, I, l, the cardinal points. So we have days, we have month, you have seasons, we have trees, we have languages. So we have we have languages and all that. So if we try to pay attention and attach them, you will see here we have les maîtres, les résumés, and all these. I did not read this word here, this site, so you can go and try to read them on your own and find their meanings. Yeah, it's a little work for you guys. So how to find nouns which are feminine? Most of the time their endings are the followings. We have s, which is e, s, s, e. Then we have e, u, s, e, i, e, n, n, e, i, e, r, e, o, n, n, e, t, r, i, c, e, a, t, e, a, n, c, e, e, n, c, e, l, et, i, n, i, s, a, i, l, l, t, i, ur. We have the continent, academic disciplines. We have a lot of things there that are attached. You just pay attention to the ending. As for the masculine ones, I'll also leave these ones to you guys so you can try to understand the word, read the word, find out the pronunciation and the meaning in English, so it can help you to, get the word stuck into your head. And this is the end of this particular session. I made it as short as possible, but I'll be waiting for you for a feedback from you guys on this one. I would really like to see how we are moving, how we are improving, and if we are really enjoying everything. Once more, I just want to remind someone that the mother of knowledge is repetition. Please guys, let us try to go through again and again, and if we have questions, please text and ask. Feel free to contact me. I will try my best to explain and make it more clear. Thank you and see you next session. Bye bye. I hope we are all fine. So we are still moving with the basics of grammar, concept, nouns, and gender. Nom et genre, suite. Okay. Let us get into it. So people and animals. I don't know if you guys pay attention. We just talked about word in general and the fact that they are usually masculine or feminine. That's what we talked about in the last session. And I gave you some homework about the words that I put there. I just wanted to find out from you guys the meaning and whatever that supposed to relate to it and everything like that. Okay, we have people and animals now. For people and animals, the gender of the noun usually correspond on the biological gender. For instance, we have people. When you say le garçon, it's a masculine word which means boy. Le garçon. So let us pay attention to the article that was put in front, which is le, to specify the gender of the person. I don't know if you guys are putting it together and understanding why I was saying it's so important for you to attach the right article with the right noun. Imagine you go and say la garçon, you get? It's something like quite funny and it won't really pass. Like it will be seen. It's not something that won't be seen. It's not something that can pass through and stuff like that. It will be so obvious, you know. So it's really important for us to try to understand this specific topic so we weren't facing any kind of mockery. Okay. So we have le garçon, which is the boy, and if we get feminine, which is la fille, which stands for the girl. If we pay attention to the word, you notice that for girls it's la, and for guys it's le. So here is a big difference between the two of them. We can say le garçon and we can say la fille. And for animals, we'll also go for the gender, if it's a male or a female. So we'll go for le coq, who is the rooster, and we'll go for la poule, who is the hen. I don't know if you guys you are seeing and paying attention to these details. You realize that in English you usually put they, but there is a difference in French. So which is quite challenging for a lot of people. So I really hope guys that you go through again this and just understand this specific thing. And if I'm not clear enough, please feel free to ask me questions. And certain animals' nouns have a fixed gender and refer to both males and female. To specify the animal's biological gender, we add the word male or female, okay? Mâle ou femelle before or after the noun. For example, we have la souris, mâle, okay? Which is a mouse. La souris, which is a mouse. This is the first word here. That's the first word here. La souris, which is a mouse. Then we have la femelle du crocodile, which is a crocodile, the female of a crocodile. So we need to emphasize by putting male or female with these specific animals. However, there are also nouns that have one form of both, the masculine and the feminine. Example, un touriste, une touriste. So the word will not change, but the article will change in function of the person that you are talking about. Is it a male? Is it a female? So you just use the article according to the person that you are trying to refer to. So un is for a male and une is for a female. Here are un et une. Okay, so just here we have cheval. I don't know if we remember, we pay attention to the fact that it's HL, which is a masculine word. Okay, cheval. Then we have chien, we have chat, we have mouton, we have vache, we have âne, we have cochon, chèvre, pig, et nous avons aussi we have chèvre, which is here, chèvre is here, which is a goat, and you have cochon, which is a pig, and you have grenouille, frog. Just try to memorize and know these my word. It can help you a lot. And French family, for the person you have we have the family, les enfants, children, le père, father, la mère, mother, les parents. One thing that I think we should pay attention to is this one here, just here, les parents. So what you notice is that whenever you put a male and a female and you want to talk about those two at the same time or at once, the article will favor the male than the female. And if it's plural, you put les, but sometimes you just generalize it and make it for male, even if they are male and females. So we have les grands-parents, which is grandparents. We have le frère, which is brother. We have la sœur, which is sister. La grand-mère, which is grandmother. We have le grand-père, which is grandfather. So please, once more guys, let us go through again and again. Do not forget, the mother of knowledge is repetition. I hope you enjoyed this session. If there is any question, any preoccupation, just feel free and send me a text. I'll try to see if I can do anything about it. Bye bye. Thank you. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. J'espère que nous allons tous bien. Je l'espère sincèrement. Okay, let us get into our topic today. We are still under the basic grammar concept, nouns and gender, which in this specific one session we are going to look at the job titles. Okay, certain job titles do not have a separate feminine form because they are already end in en or er. Example, we have a journalist in English, which is a journalist. So you can just put the article to specify the gender of the person or maybe the sex of the person that you are referring to. So you say une journaliste, un journaliste. So it's journaliste. Journaliste. Okay? Journaliste. Un libraire, une libraire. This is the person that works in a library, the librarian. So you just put the article to specify which one you're talking about. Une interprète, une interprète, un interprète, une interprète, un interprète. Okay, the one that translates. Interprète, translator. Une ministre, un ministre, une ministre, a minister. So we are moving still with the jobs. Likewise, there are other jobs titles that only exist in the masculine form but refer to both men and female. Okay? Example, we have un ingénieur, which is an engineer. Ingénieur, ingénieur. Une ingénieure, un ingénieur. Professeur, professeur, une professeure, un professeur, une professeure, un professeur, which is a lecturer. Chirurgien, we have une chirurgien, un chirurgien, une chirurgien, un chirurgien, which stands for a surgeon, okay? The one that opera people, the one that do surgery on people. Un médecin, une médecine, un médecin, une médecin, un médecin, une médecin. So we'll still keep médecin for both, which is a doctor. We'll still keep médecin for both, but we'll just change the articles. I think someone is getting it by now, right? The majority of professions that were previously only associates with men who have their own feminine form, except for those one ending in A, or those one ending with EUR, which is er. However, okay, the use of these feminine forms is not very common. It is compulsory, right? Example, we have un magistrat, une magistrate. Un magistrat, une magistrate. So it's compulsory. You can use both to specify the feminine person, because these words usually in the history we didn't really find people exercising this kind of job. Okay, so we have un magistrat, une magistrat, une magistrate, une magistrat. Un écrivain, une écrivaine, une écrivain. So you can use both to specify the feminine. I hope we are really clear. Un écrivain, une écrivaine, une écrivain, which is a writer. Exceptions are un auteur, une auteure, un auteur, une auteure, un auteur, une auteure. Okay, a certain profession only exists in the masculine form grammatically, but describe both men and female. Okay, men and women. So we have example, un plombier, which is a plumber, un plombier, un mécanicien, un mécanicien. Likewise, there are some professions that only have a feminine form in French grammar. Example, we have finally, guys, we have been just talking about guys. Example, we have une sage-femme, une sage-femme, une hôtesse de l'air, okay? Une hôtesse de l'air, une femme de ménage. So masculine form and usually do not exist because most of the time there are women exercising this job, but now we can have guy also doing the same job. It's just time for it to improve. You know, French is an improving language, like it's a growing language. They usually add up word again and again and again. Some job titles only exist in the masculine because their meaning change when they are used in the feminine form. Okay, for instance, example, we have le médecin, le médecin, la médecine, which is different meaning, which has different meaning. When you say le médecin, you are referring to a doctor, but when you say la médecine, you are referring to medicine, like medication. But when you say le jardinier, okay, and you use jardinière, which change completely the meaning also. Okay, so this is a little something can help you to visualize the job, different kind of job, and their names and stuff like that, and try to relate, you can just try to go through again and again to help you to understand better and just make a difference, in your learning. Thank you. See you next time. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. J'espère que nous allons bien. Okay. So today we are going to look at our last part of this particular topic, which is basic grammar concept, nouns, and gender. Okay, let's get into it. Names of countries and regions. So all countries ending with E are feminine. Example, we have la France, l'Allemagne, la Chine, la Bretagne, la province. So we have la France, l'Allemagne, la Chine, la Bretagne, la province. All countries ending with different vowels or consonants are masculine. Example, we have le Canada, le Pérou, le Maroc, le Japon, le Portugal. I don't know if you guys are getting now the cycle. I try to repeat as much as possible and try to give as many examples regarding this specific topic because it's very important, guys. I do not want you to ridicule yourself or maybe put yourself in a position where someone slaps you or anything like that because you put the wrong article calling them, or maybe you just didn't express yourself well and they felt offended. Please guys, let us pay attention to this. Okay, so these are the different countries that speak French. As you can see here, we have Belgium here, okay, Belgium here, which is Belgique, okay, this one is Belgique. These guys are the one that colonized Congo. And we have Benin. Then we have Burkina Faso, and then we have Burundi, and we have Cameroon. One thing that you should note, guys, about Cameroon. One thing that you guys should know about Cameroon is that it's a bilingual language. It's a country where they speak French and English. Then we have Canada, is also a country where they speak French and English. And we have Central Africa Republic, which you say Central African Republic, la République Centrale, okay. And one thing that is really funny, guys, and I had a challenge with, I would like you to just pay attention to, which I usually used to do, is that I used to reverse word and I would sound so weird, and people used to ask me, why are you reversing words? It's the fact that here, as you can see, you say Central Africa Republic, right? But in French, you say République. You start by République, right? République Centrale d'Afrique. Okay, you get now, it can be a bit confusing and challenging. And we have here Chad, they also speak French. And we have Comoros, sorry. And we have Côte d'Ivoire, we have Democratic Republic of Congo, my country, guys. So as I said again, I'll read Democratic Republic of Congo, but in French I will say République démocratique du Congo. So I'll have to start with Republic, which is République démocratique du Congo. And we have Djibouti, we have Equatorial Guinea, and we have France, we have Gabon, we have Guinea, and we have Haiti, and we have Luxembourg, we have Madagascar, Mali, and we have Monaco, Niger, Republic of the Congo. So guys, do not mistake, we are neighbors, but we are not the same country, as you can see by the flag and the name. And we have Rwanda, we have Senegal, we have Seychelles, we have Switzerland, we have Togo, we have Vanuatu, we have, Vatican City. There are so many places that you can go and speak French. Just I wanted to put this picture so we can visualize how big, and how vague is the places to which we can be speaking. We can use our knowledge of French. We can go, we can travel, we can visit and enjoy. Some of us can go to Paris, which is the city of love. You find it in France, and you'll be able to express yourself. And specifically, those guys, they are quite they're snobbering if you don't know how to speak French. Yeah, so if you are prepared, it's still a good thing. And most of these countries that I mentioned, when your native language is English and you just speak French and they just see the effort, they really love that, and they will welcome you like never before, and they'll be so happy. So this is the end of our session. If anyone has a question, not getting anything, or maybe you need more clarity to find more, you have questions, feel free to text me. And do not forget, guys, repetition is the mother of knowledge. Okay, bye. See you next time. Bye-bye. For this specific topic, we are going to look at the basic grammar concept of verbs, which are verbs. Guys, so we all know that these classes that we are taking are for beginners. So I tried to give you a brief view of this, and not make it the way it's supposed to be, very bulky. This is a very, very bulky topic, and it can be very confusing for people which are just trying to learn French, So I'm just giving it like a squeeze, like a glimpse, so you have an understanding, and you have like a knowledge about it, but a real understanding can be there only if you guys maybe try to do more research, or maybe you decide to take the next class that will be coming after this specific one, which won't be for beginners. So we'll go deep into it and help you to understand, because this is what make a lot of people not to speak French correctly, or because of the verbs. They are very wild, and there are many tenses that times that you guys do not have in English, and it's very complicated. I won't lie on this one, because it's still complicated from some French native. So guys, please, I'll take it slow. I'll try to make it as short as possible, so and clear as possible, so it can help us to have an idea. Okay, let us get into it. What is a verb? Le verbe, verbs, a doing word. They express an action performed by a subject of a sentence, a noun or a pronoun. In addition to physical actions, verbs can also describe processes, concepts, states, and thought. Some typically French action verbs include courir, which means running, danser, which means dancing, sauter, which means jumping, and we have chanter, which means singing, and we have écrire, which means writing, we have lire, which means reading, etc., etc. Some typically stative verbs in French are être, devenir, paraître, rester, etc., etc. I like these particular stative verbs, because most of the time they are used, I'll try to give you a sentence, guys, and you give me the meaning. Okay? Entre, être, et ne pas être, j'ai choisi de paraître. It's a very beautiful thing actually. So I hope you guys will try to find out about it. So let us continue. Exemple, nous mangeons tous le soir à 20h pile. So here, mangeons, it's manger that I just read, which is eating. It's an action verb. Nous mangeons tous le soir à 20h pile. Nous mangeons tous le soir à 20h pile. Le chien a sauté par-dessus la haine. This is an action verb. Action. Sauter, which means jumping. Cette maison est vraiment très belle. This house is very beautiful. It's state, like it's stating, okay? It's here, just here. A, which is very beautiful, okay? In French, we can categorize verbs according to their grammatical functions in sentence and according to the mood and tense in which they are used. So, in the following session, you'll find some explanation of all the grammatical terms related to the verbs in French grammar. I'll try to put it down there and make it a bit more clear. But I just hope you guys have the glimpse that I was hoping that you can have, and try to understand that it's very important to know this specific thing. But I'll just give you this to my little things that can help you. I hope you guys enjoy the session. So I don't know if you guys have realized I'm trying to put more sentences which are just in French without translating them, so it can intrigue you to try to understand them and find their meaning. I know Uncle Google has everything and can help us to translate some stuff, but be careful, sometimes the translation is not completely correct. So just try to work on it and try to exercise yourself and find out if you can translate words on your own and phrases. It can really help to exercise. Do not forget, repetition is the mother of knowledge. Okay, thank you guys. Bye bye. See you next session. Bonjour, 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 bonjour. J'espère que nous allons tous bien. So, today's topic, we are going to continue with the basic grammar concept verbs, which are verbs. So, action verbs are stative verbs in French. We can categorize French verbs into three main categories: action verbs, les verbes d'action, and stative verbs, which les verbes d'action and stative verbs, which are les verbes d'état. Just here, les verbes d'action, les verbes d'état. Les verbes d'action are used to talk about an act or an activity performed by the subject of the sentence. These verbs can express an ongoing action or an one-time event. They can be followed by direct or indirect objects. As there are so many action verbs in the French language, it is impossible to present a complete list. So, some of the most common action verbs in French include faire, bouger, manger, jardiner, nager, manger, écouter, regarder, apprendre, discuter, donner, partager, acheter, chercher, trouver, etc., etc. They are quite a lot, quite a number. So they are quite a number. And I hope you guys will try to find out what are the meanings of these words that I just mentioned. Example, Cyril court plus vite que Thierry. Okay, just this one, the first one. Cyril court plus vite que Thierry. Pauline fait la sieste dans le jardin. Pauline, just here, it's a name. Pauline fait la sieste dans le jardin. Le verbe faire, okay? The verb faire is accompanied by the direct object of the sieste. Okay? Le professeur donne un conseil à l'élève. The verb donner is accompanied by direct object, which is un conseil, and an indirect object, which is à l'élève. Okay? I hope it's clear on this one. Verbs are quite complicated, like I mentioned, that I said that again. Le verbe d'état. Stative verbs show that the subject has a particular characteristic. They express a state or manner of being, a change of state or the transformation of one thing or a person into something else. They do not express actions, nor do they give information about duration. Okay? They do not take direct or indirect objects, but are often accompanied by attributes, extra information such as nouns or adjectives. The stative verbs in French are être, paraître, sembler, devenir, demeurer, rester, avoir l'air, passer pour. Example, which is example in English. Ces touristes semblent perdus. Okay? Ces touristes semblent perdus. That tourist look lost. Je suis mécanicien. Nous sommes restés à la maison toute la journée. I don't know if it's clear. So the first sentence is saying that this tourist is lost. Look lost. So it's really important that we really try to understand that they do not express action, nor do they give information about duration. So we do not know for how long that tourist was lost, and they do not take direct or indirect objects, but are often accompanied by attributes or subjects or nouns or adjectives. The person who is lost is a tourist. So here the noun is the tourist, and the being lost is the verb. Okay? So we have some stuff here I tried to collect for you guys, so you can try to go through them and try to understand and read them and see how it can be helpful to you guys. I really hope it can be helpful, and try to read them and again and again and again. So I have more here. I have the verb to be. I tried to just give you the first like the present tense, which can help you, and we'll try to find out if you guys are up to take more. You can eat more, because I cannot give you a lot of things at once, and I really try to make this specific video less than 10 minutes, so you guys can go through again and again. Feel free to ask me if you have any question, and I'll try to help you on that. But guys, remember, the mother of knowledge is repetition. Okay, thank you. Bye guys. I hope to see you in the next session. Bye.
Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. J'espère que nous allons tous bien. So we are still in our topic, the basic grammar, basic grammar concept of verbs, which are verb. Okay, so let us get into it. There are three verbs groups in French, as we mentioned earlier. We can classify French verbs by their ending to make it easier to learn their conjugations. Group 1, verbs under ER, like ER. ER, I'm pronouncing it in French. The majority of these verbs have a regular conjugation, with the notability exception of aller. Aller is the verb going, just here. Example, manger, aimer, commencer, créer, penser, oublier. So we have group 2, verbs ending with ER, and their present participle is formed with ESSAN. Okay? Example, finir, finissant, réussir, réussissant, choisir, choisissant. I hope I'm making myself clear. Just for the sake of clarity, let me try to repeat myself. So, we can classify French verbs by their ending, okay? To make it easier to learn their conjugations. Group 1, verbs end in AR. The majority of these verbs have a regular conjugation, okay? With the notability of exceptions of aller, okay? Example, we have manger, aimer, commencer, créer, penser, oublier. So we have group 2, okay? Group 2, verbs end in ER. Their present participle is formed with ESSANT. Example ou exemple, we have finir, which would be finissant, just here. Okay, I'm showing with the mouse. I'm showing it with the mouse just here. Finissant. Réussir, réussissant. Here, réussir, réussissant. Choisir, choisissant. Okay. So what they're trying to explain to us is that verb finishing with er you can generally have the same pattern that will be changing at the end when you're trying to conjugate it, but there are some exceptions to it. Okay. Group 3, verbs are irregular verbs that don't belong to group 1 and group 2 and group 2. These verbs can also be categorized by their endings. Okay, some end in OER. I'm showing it here with the mouth. OER. Other in RE, while some end in ER, and from there present participle with the ending of ANT. Just here, ANT instead of ESSANT. So example, we have pouvoir, savoir, voir, vouloir, prendre, croire, mettre, attendre, découvrir, découvrant, courir, courant, offrir, offrant. So we have a table here that can help us to understand better what I'm just from explaining. Okay, so you can realize that here the endings will be like similar, if you get the point here. ER, we have E, we have ES, we have we have we have ES, we have we have ONS, we have EZ, and we have ENT. Je chante, il chante, ils ont chanté, elles ont chanté. nous chantons, vous chantez, il, elle chante. So as you can notice here, the ending are all similar, but there are some exceptions. Okay, we have said that verb we have from the first group and second group and the other groups. So I would like you guys to just try to go through and try to understand this. If it's difficult, just come back to me. I'll try to explain a little more about it and make it clear. So yeah, but this thing, like I said before, it's a whole topic on itself. We need to go through and study it like as a particular thing on its own. It's very deep and it's very bulky and it's very complex, especially for the fact that you are English native. So yeah, we are done for the moment with this particular session. So guys, don't forget that the matter of knowledge is repetition. So I'll repeat it again and again. Okay, so we have our next session. We are going to continue with verbs. Verb. Okay, thank you. See you guys. J'espère que nous allons tous très bien. So we are still continuing with our topic, which is basic grammar concept of verbs. In French, verbe. Okay, so main verbs and auxiliary verbs in French. French has simple tenses and compound tenses. Okay, compound tenses like the passé composé or the plus que parfait contain two verbs. Okay, we have passé composé, which is this one I'm just showing here. Passé composé and plus que parfait contain two verbs. Okay, a help verb, also known as an auxiliary. So do not be surprised when you hear like auxiliary or anything like that. It's just a verb that is there to support the main verb or give it more meaning or help it to have more sense and specify the time of the event or the fact or anything that was happening, and a main verb. Okay, so the French auxiliary, which we can say auxiliaire, les auxiliaires, are mostly avoir and être. Okay, these two, avoir and être. I think I gave you guys a place where you can go through these specific ones, which are to be and have. When forming the compound tenses, these verbs are the ones that are conjugated according to the tense and the subject. The auxiliary verbs are also negated when forming negative sentences. In a sentence, the auxiliary verbs comes first. The auxiliary verbs comes first and followed by the participle of the main verb. I hope it's giving to someone right now. So it's really important to learn how to use the auxiliary verbs correctly, because it can mess up the phrase and the sentences, and whatever you want to say will not have any meaning anymore if you just messed up these two. So we will look into it in the medium French classes. We will try to focus more on verbs and stuff like this. Example, we have the invité. Les invités sont arrivés en avant. Les invités sont arrivés en avant. Les invités sont arrivés en avant. We have arrivés en avance. Sont arrivés en avance. Sont is the auxiliary and arrivé is the main verb. It's just giving its meaning. The visitors have arrived. The visitors have arrived in advance. So the have is the auxiliary and arrived is the verb. Is the main verb. Est-ce que tu as bien dormi cette nuit? Est-ce que tu as bien dormi cette nuit? So, if anyone can guess, a is the auxiliary and dormir is the main verb. The main verb, the main verb, which you can also call in French, les verbes principaux, okay, ou les verbes, les verbes principaux, is the one that carries meaning in the sentence. So if you remove the main verb, there won't be meaning to the phrase will not have meaning. But if you remove the auxiliary, the phrase will not be the tense of the phrase will change. Okay. This is in contrast to the auxiliary, which only conveys grammatical information such as tense and person. The main verb can express a state, action, change, event, etc., etc. It appears alone when conjugated in the simple tense. We have the present tense, the imperfect tense. We have, let me read them in French, le présent imparfait, passé simple, futur simple, conditionnel présent, subjonctif présent. So we have so many tenses in French. So sometimes you also wonder, is it even necessary? But yes, that's what makes its beauty. Main verbs like lire, conjugate in present tense. Okay, in the compound tense, the main verbs takes the form of the past participate and follows the auxiliary verb in the passé, recent, and the future approach. Okay, the main verb takes the form of the infinitive and follows the conjugated form of the verb venir and aller. So, like I said, if you do not pay attention, this one is tricky. Example, we have j'ai lu un livre passionnant la semaine dernière. Auxiliary, avoir, followed by the past participle of the main verb lire. Je viens de terminer mon livre passionnant. Infinitive of the main verb terminer after venir de. Okay, so just try to go through. You realize that it's really it can happen that the main verb and the auxiliary are the same, avoir and être. So it's a complex thing, you know. Example, Simon a eu une bonne note. Avoir as in auxiliary followed by avoir as a main verb in the past participle eu. So you can just try to check out these my little things that I usually put for you guys to help you just to go through. Here you can see the main verbs are just here, and you have here some French auxiliary verbs, and I hope you guys go through this and enjoy it. Sorry I make it a bit longer, but yeah, just trying to make it clear. And if it's still not clear, just feel free to try and ask questions and see if I can help and make it better. Do not forget, guys, mother of knowledge is repetition. Okay, thank you for still being here. See you next time. Bye bye. This particular session, we are going to look at the basic grammar of conjugaison. Okay, I hope someone is excited as me. So let's go. So, conjugaison, okay, refers to the process of changing. Okay, conjugaison refers to the process of changing the form of verb to match its subject in terms of the person, number, and sometimes gender. In French, verbs are conjugated based on the subject pronoun and the tense of the action. Here are some key points, okay? We have subject pronouns. Subject pronouns here that we can mention and point out are French, like je, which is I, tu, which is you, okay, which are singular. Usually they're singular, not even usually, they're singular. And il, okay, let me show you with the mouse. So we have it here, right? Il, elle, on, which is usually which we can translate as he, she, on, or something like that. Then we have nous here, nous, which can be translated as we, vous, which can be translated as you, but this one is plural for many people, okay? And il, elle, which is they. Regular verbs conjugation. So most verbs in French follow regular conjugation patterns based on their infinitive ending, which we talked about in the previous slide. ER, ER, IRA, O, ARA, E, which is RE. So I don't know if you guys noticed that things keep on coming back. That's why I keep on asking and insisting that you should be trying to go through again and again and understand one session before moving to another one, and try to at least have a kind of understanding and what can I say, a knowledge, about it before moving, because everything is built up like on the precedent one. It's really important. That's why I really ask you guys to go through again and again. So example, we have present tense, okay? For the verb parler, which is to speak. Parler. Je parle. I speak. Tu parles. Il parle. Elle parle. On parle. Nous parlons. Vous parlez. Il parle. Elle parle. So the difference between il to the singular and plural is il, okay, and here it's il, like you make it lighter, elle, okay. And most of the time, to find out the difference, it's by the following word. For instance, il parle, elle parle. Il parle, elle parle. So you understand and get the following part by writing, by paying attention to the person who is saying. You pay attention to details, maybe like there are a lot, there are few, so you know how to make the difference between the two of them. Yeah, so here is something that can help you guys. The French grammar, the subjunctive, and regular verbs conjugations for for ER, IR, and RE verb. Then rules: take the present tense, 3-person plural ending, and add on the ending, okay? So most of the time you just put it into your head. When you're talking about one person, most of the time you have I at the end. Je, I, it's just him. Je, I, tu, is, il, elle, I, nous, I, o, n, s, vous, I, e, z, I, l, s, I, l, l, s, e, n, d. Okay, so you have it here and some example down. I hope you guys will try to go through, try to write, try to memorize, try to speak. It's really important. And if anything is not clear, you have questions, you want better understanding or anything like that, just feel free to talk to me. And once more, guys, remember, the mother of knowledge is repetition. Let us go through again. Okay, so I hope we are all excited. We are still under the same subjects. Next session, I hope we are moving together, guys. Okay, bye bye, see you. Bonjour. J'espère que nous allons tous très bien. So today we are still continuing with our topic, right? We are still under the basic grammar concept, conjugaison. Irregular verbs, conjugaison. Okay? Irregular verbs, conjugaison. Some verbs have irregular conjugations and don't follow the regular pattern. I think we talked about this. It's just repeating itself and explaining more about it. Example: present tense. For the verb être, which is to be, je suis, I am, tu es, il est, elle est, nous sommes, vous êtes, ils sont, elles sont. Okay. Then you have tenses, right? French verbs can be conjugated into various tenses, including present, past, past composé, passé composé, imparfait, future, conditional, and more. So there are so many tenses, and most of them have their own rules and stuff like that. That's why I keep on emphasizing that it's important for us to really try to understand just these basics that I'm trying to give. And if you want to continue learning, we'll go deeper into it, and you'll take time and work a lot on these ones, because they are basically, if I can say, the mother and the foundations of how to speak a good French, you know. Example, we have passé composé. For the verb avoir, to have, j'ai, I have. Tu as, you have. Il, elle, on a. Nous avons, vous avez. Ils, elles, ont. I think I mentioned this, but just for the sake of reminding someone, I'll just try to repeat again this one that let me try to show it. Vous avez, this one can be used for singular and plural, but in a respectful manner to an elder, or maybe to your superior, or maybe to someone that you don't really know, and you don't even know if they are elder than you, or maybe you just don't want to be familiar with them. You use this one, even if it's one person. And if there are a lot of them, you know, you still use this one, and yeah, in a respectful manner. Mood. Verbs in French can also be conjugated in different modes, okay, such as indicative, imperative, subjunctive, and conditional. So understanding verbs conjugation is essential for constructing grammatical correct sentences in French. I'm repeating again myself. This is very important. It involves not only knowing the conjugation's patterns, but also and recognizing irregularities and applying the appropriate form based on the subjects and the context. So if you just use the wrong verb, or maybe you just misplace the verb, your sentence will not have a meaning. Actually, it will be hard for people to get you and try to understand what you are saying, you know. And I know it won't be nice, and I know nobody want to be in a position where you try to express yourself and you say something and people are like, come again, what did you say? It feels like you are even reducing your confidence. Trust me, I'm saying that because I've been through that. I felt that pain. Okay, guys. So what we can do here is try to simplify things. So we have temps des verbes, which is tense of verbs, okay? Temps de verbe, tense of verb. We have passe, which is passé, okay? And we have présent, which is present, and we have future, okay? And we have futur, which is future. So down here, the words that are related to the past, down here, in here, just down passé, okay? And you have present here, we have future here, and other words down are related to it. So how you can use it and how you can attach them with the verbs and everything attached to it. So here down you can try to, just from what we heard and from what we learned, you can try to go through and try to find some answers to these these words that I put just here for you guys. And we have imparfait, we have indicative, we have present, we have future simple, and future simple actually. So I want you guys to try and go through and understand this one, okay? So guys, once more, feel free to ask for anything that you do not understand, or even if you have a question. And once more, I'll repeat and again and again here, okay? Knowledge, like repetition, is the mother of knowledge. Okay guys, bye bye, see you next session. So today we are going to look into basic grammar concept adjectives. So in French you pronounce adjective. So adjectives and adjective, okay? Adjectives in French are words that modify or describe nouns by providing more information about their characteristic. Adjectives agree in gender and number with the noun they modify. Here are some key points. Agreement with gender and numbers. Adjectives in French must agree in gender, masculine or feminine, and number, singular or plural, okay? With the noun they modify. For example, masculine singular, we have un livre, which is a book. Un livre, okay? Un grand livre. Un grand livre. Un grand livre. The adjective here is grand, which is big. It's giving a description of the book, okay? It's giving us the size of the book. That's the work of an adjective. So for instance here, for a feminine singular, we have une grande table. Une grande table. Une grande table. So the une in front of grande, as we can see the difference, it will be attached with the gender which of the word, which is table in this specific case, which is a feminine word. So we have une for the article, and grande, it has been attached and has changed to describe the word. So we have une grande table, okay? Masculine plural, we have des grands livres. Des grands livres. So here is the adjective. If you can start from here, guys, you can see the way it has been changing and adapting itself to the word that it's defining, okay? To the word that is defining. And you have example here, feminine plural, des grandes tables. Des grandes tables. If you just pay attention to the end here, it can really help you guys. Placement of an adjective. In French, adjectives usually come after the noun they modify, okay? They usually come after the noun they modify. And like in English, where they typically come before the noun. Example, okay? Most of the time, okay, they usually come after the noun they modify. we have example. Here is une voiture rouge, a red car, a red car. I think I mentioned to you guys the problem that I had with mixing, not mixing, but shifting the position of the word. So most of the time, I think it can be a challenge for people that are starting to speak French when they are used to speak English, and if you are used to speak French and you just speak English. So you should pay attention to this one. Une voiture rouge, okay? Bags, adjective, okay? Some common adjectives known as bags, adjective: beauty, age, goodness, size, usually come before the noun, okay? There are always exceptions, as we saw in grande table et toutes ces choses là. It's an exception. So we have une belle fleur, a beautiful flower. When it's describing the beauty, the age, the goodness, the size, it's usually before the noun that is giving and is describing. And we have demonstrative adjective. Demonstrative adjective indicates with specific noun is which specific noun is being referred to, and agree in gender and numbers. Example: ce livre, 10 books, okay? Ces livres, ce livre, ces livres. I don't know if you guys can feel the difference. Ce livre, ces livres, cette table, ces tables. Okay? You can see there. And we have position on multiple adjectives. When there are multiple adjectives modifying a noun, they generally follow the specific order: quality, quantity, opinion, size, age, shape, color, proper adjectives, okay? And I hope you remember we have bank adjectives, okay? Example: un grand livre rouge, un grand livre rouge. So here the adjective is grand and rouge. Now grand, because it's a bank adjective, I think we remember what is a bank adjective, right? It will be placed before the noun which is the noun which is livre, okay? And we have competitive superlative forms. Adjective can have comparative and superlative forms to express comparison. Example: comparative adjective, we have plus grand que, bigger than, plus grand que, bigger than. Superlative, which is le plus grand, okay? Le plus grand. Understanding how adjectives agree with noun in terms of gender and numbers is crucial for constructing accurate and meaningful sentences in French. It adds detail and specificity to the description of the noun. So here you have something that can help you: adjective qualificative, you have good, you have born. It's here just showing you. And the adjective possessive, just showing you what you possessed and stuff like that. If you can just try to go through, guys, it can help you. And yeah, this is the end of our session. I hope you enjoyed the session. Once more, if you have some questions, please feel free and ask. Okay guys, bye bye. So today's topic, we are going to talk about the basic grammar concept: pronouns. Okay, I hope someone is excited. The following are some fundamental pronouns in French. Remember to consider gender and numbers agreement when using pronouns. And do not forget, guys, practice is key. to master their usage in different contexts. So we have subject pronoun. The subject pronoun, les pronoms sujets. Subject pronoun, les pronoms sujets. So these are the pronoun that demonstrate the person that we are talking about, which is the subject. So the singular forms are usually je, tu, il. Okay, so here we have je, tu, il. Je, tu, il. And the plural we have nous, vous, il, elle. Nous, vous, il, elle. So these ones here help us to point at the person that we are talking about, the person that is the subject in the whole sentence, the pronoun. So I can say, je suis fatigué. I am tired. Who is tired is I. Okay, so this is the pronoun for singular person. And plural, we are tired. Who is tired? We. Okay, we are tired. And who is tired? We. We are the subject. We are the one that are tired. Object pronoun. We have object pronouns, le pronom d'objet, which are direct object pronoun. Direct object pronoun. Les pronoms d'objet direct. Okay, this one is pointing directly to the subject. You use it pointing directly at the subject. Direct object pronoun. Object pronoun. Okay, the object, the person, the thing. Me, these are mine. Okay, me, I'm pointing at me. Who are, for instance, my book. Okay, no, let's say mes livres. Who is the owner of the books? It's me. Okay, all books, like whenever you ask the question, who is the owner of the book, you need to find the me in your phrase to make it the object pronoun. Te, okay, you, it's informal. Okay, they belong to. For instance, I say, come and take your book from the table. Whose book are we supposed to take from the table? Yours. Nous, it's us. That house belongs to us. Okay, who's the owner of the house? Us. It's a direct. We are mentioning, we are saying we are the owner of that house. Vous, you, vous, you. So it's pointing to the owner of the object, not really the owner of the object. Direct object pronoun. Nous sommes les auteurs de ce livre. We are the author of the book. Vous, you, they, them, me. And we have indirect object pronoun. You can still use me, they, lui, nous, vous, leur. Possessive pronouns. Les pronoms possessifs. Singular. Ma, me. Ma, me. This is showing who owns the thing. Ma, me. Ton, ta, tes. Just here. Ton, ta, tes. Ton, ta, tes. Son, sa, c'est. Son, sa, c'est. And plural we have notre, votre, leur. Notre, votre, leur. Notre, votre, leur. Okay, these are the possessive ones. They show who is the owner of that particular object. And yeah, this is the end of this session. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you have any question, please feel free to ask again, and we'll try to make it to help you understand better and try to make it easier. Thank you. See you next session, guys. Bonjour, 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 bonjour. I hope we are all fine, guys. So today we are going to continue in the same topic, which is the basic grammar concept of pronouns, and this is the last part. I hope you guys enjoy the session. Demonstrative pronouns, les pronoms démonstratifs. Okay, what are pronouns? What are demonstrative pronouns? So these pronouns are the type of pronoun that are usually used when you want to design when you want to point at the thing or the person that you are talking about. Okay, there are many forms of pronouns, of demonstrative pronoun, which are masculine, feminine, and all that. I think by now we have the ability to distinguish the feminine part and the masculine part. So we have celui, which is a masculine one, singular, and we have celle, which is a feminine one, and singular. Then we have ce, which is a masculine one and plural, and we have celle, which is a feminine one, plural. Okay, so we also have pronouns demonstrative which are neutral, like cela, ça, c'est, ceci. Okay, I did not put it out there, so you guys can just try to do some little research to help you when you are into it. It can help you a lot. Okay, and we have the reflexive pronouns. What are reflexive pronoun? Reflexive pronoun is a pronoun that refers to another noun or pronoun within the same sentence. Okay, for instance, what we can say here in English is that ils se sont bien amusés. Okay, ils se sont bien amusés, et plutôt bien amusés. The say that I'm talking about is the one just here. Ils se sont bien amusés. So if we try to translate the sentence, is that we can translate it as il, which we try to translate that specific sentence in a literal way, it will give us they had a lot of fun. But here we are trying to put in its himself, herself, itself, or oneself. So we'll say that they had fun themselves. So it's quite complicated. That's what I'm trying to make you understand, guys. There are some sentences that they completely change the meaning when you try to translate them in French from English, and you do not have the same kind of positioning and meaning as you translate it straight from English to French. So it's very important that we pay attention to details like that and realize the difference between English and French. Yes, we can put a word here and try to give you the meaning in English, but does not mean that you can just translate it in the same way. So yeah, I hope you guys are getting the point that I'm trying to make here. So reflexive, I explained that reflexive pronouns, which are les pronoms réfléchis, can be me, te, c'est, nous, vous, c'est. So these ones are important because they can be used in a sentence, in the same sentence, to refer to another part of the same sentence which is in the sentence. I hope I'm clear on that one. Yeah. So we have relative pronouns, les pronoms relatifs. What are these? Okay, what are these? So relative pronouns are usually pronouns that repeat the noun, or maybe most of the time it will repeat the subordinate relative in the sentence to mention it and refer to it. Okay, for instance, the book that I said I will give you. Okay, le livre que je veux te donner. the book that, the book which I will give you. Okay, the book which I will give you is a very good book. Which, okay, is referring to the book. So these ones are usually antecedent of a noun or a pronoun. If you need to really pay attention to this. So guys, do not be panic if you do not understand this. I'm just giving like an overview of these things, but we need to go deeper into it in the intermediate French classes. Like we'll go into it, the class will be a bit longer, or maybe you'll be having the same subject for like 5 sessions and stuff like that, because I'm just trying to give an overview of all this, So here some pronoun, subject and stuff like that. And this is the end of our session. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and do not forget, repetition is the mother of knowledge. Guys, feel free to ask any question, preoccupation, anything. I'll be there for you guys. Thank you. Bye bye. See you next session. Cause I'm happy to be here, guys. I hope we are also happy. So today we are going to look at the basic grammar concept of prepositions. So prepositions, or in French, prépositions. Prepositions are words that show the relationship between a noun or pronoun and another word in the sentence. Okay, I hope it's giving here, right? So a preposition, prepositions are words that show the relationship between a noun, okay, and another word in a sentence. They indicate location, direction, time, manner, or the relationship between different elements. Here are some key prepositions in French. So we have basic prepositions, which are a. So the difference with this with the just simple is that you can see here is the accent. Can anyone remember this accent? We study and learn about it. The accent here. Example, je vais à l'école. I'm going to school. Je vais à l'école. I'm going to school. The accent here, that's what makes the difference and make it a at. Okay, so the, okay, of, from, okay. Example, le livre de prière, le livre de Pierre, sorry, le livre de Pierre, Peter's book. I don't know why I did not translate this one. It's Peter's book. Pierre in English, it's Peter. Le livre de Pierre, Peter's book. En, which can be translated as in, to, at. Je suis en France. I'm in France. Je suis en France. I'm in France. Okay. Prepositions of place. We have sur, which is en. Example, we have le livre est sur la table. The book is on the table. Le livre est sur la table. The book is on the table. Sous, which is under. Example, le chat est sous la chaise. Le chat est sous la chaise. The cat is under the chair. Le chat est sous la table. Dans, which is in. Exemple, il y a de l'eau dans le verre. Il y a de l'eau dans le verre. There is water in the glass. There is water in the glass. And we have preposition of time. So you can use it as for a location, and also for time. Okay, example, je vais au cinéma à 20h. Je vais au cinéma à 20h. I'm going to the cinema at 8 p.m. Depuis, which means since. Example, we have il travaille ici depuis un an. Il travaille ici depuis un an. Okay, this one also can be used for location. He has been working here for a year. He has been working here for a year. He has been working here since like a year now. So, pendant, which means during. Pendant. Nous avons étudié pendant la nuit. Nous avons étudié pendant la nuit. We studied during the night. We studied during the night. Preposition of movement. We have vers, toward. Example, il marche vers la plage. He is walking toward the beach. Jusqu'à, until. Jusqu'à, until. Example, je vais rester ici jusqu'à demain. Je vais rester ici jusqu'à demain. I'm going to stay here until tomorrow. À travers, through. À travers, through. So, il a marché à travers le parc. Il a marché à travers le parc. He walked through the park. He walked through the park. Preposition with infinitive. Pour, for, for. Il étudie pour réussir. He studies to succeed. Il étudie pour réussir. He studies to succeed. Sans, without, sans, without. So you need to pay attention to the S here that make it without. If you put a T, it's a verb. If you remove it, it will have another meaning. Okay. Example. Il part sans dire au revoir. Il part sans dire au revoir. He's leaving without saying goodbye. He's leaving without saying goodbye. Avant de, before. Avant de, before. Manger avant de partir. Manger avant de partir. Eat before going. Eat before going. Okay, so understanding preposition is crucial for correctly expressing relationship between elements in a sentence. The choice of preposition depends on the context and the specific relationship being conveyed. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this session, and I really hope that we'll try to go through again. Like I said again, I'm just giving you an overview of a lot of stuff so you have at least a kind of knowledge. But if you really want to understand these topics, we need to go deeper into them. So if you have any question, anything, just feel free to contact me. And do not forget, repetition is the mother of knowledge. See you next time. Bye bye. Bonjour, bonjour, bonjour. J'espère que nous allons tous très bien. Today's topic, we are going to talk about the basic grammar concept. Negation, okay? Négation in French. So, negation or négation. Negation is the expression of the negative form of a statement or a verb in a sentence. In French, negation is often achieved by using specific words and structures. Here are some key elements of negation. So we have negation word, which are just tip, n'est pas, n'est pas. The most common way to negation A statement is by using n'est pas around the verb, okay? Pas means, okay? Pas means and not. Example, je ne parle pas français. I don't speak French. Je ne parle pas français. So you put ne here and pas there. The verb is in the between, which is parler, to speak. Je ne parle pas français. Je ne parle pas français. Other negative words are n'est jamais, which is never. Example, il ne mange jamais de viande. He never eat meat. And I doubt some of us. It's too nice. Yeah, I don't think we have vegans here, right? Il ne mange jamais de viande. He never eats meat. Ne plus. No longer. Not anymore. No longer. Not anymore. Example. Elle ne travaille plus ici. She doesn't work here anymore. Elle ne travaille plus ici. Ne rien. Ne rien. Nothing. Ok? Il n'a rien dit. Il n'a rien dit. So the ne here, you know, it varies with the verb. As you can see, you see it's a ne here, then here it will be na. Why? The verb in here is just a here, the verb to be. So it will be attached and get accommodated. You need to accommodate the verb. So it will be just the n and an apostrophe here. So it will be il n'a pas, il n'a rien dit. He said nothing. Il n'a rien dit. He said nothing. Negative with compound tenses, okay? In compound tenses like passé composé, ne and pas surround the auxiliary verb. We talked about it, okay? So, il n'a pas mangé. He did not eat. Is a verb to be, okay? Or to have. Having, it's the verb having. Manger is the verb to eat. So, we will say il n'a pas mangé. Il n'a pas mangé. The auxiliary verb in this sentence is having. He did not eat, okay? So, il n'a pas mangé. He did not eat. Double negation. In French, double negation is common and doesn't create a positive meaning. Additional negative word can be added, okay, for emphasis, like to make it strong, a strong ground, if I can say that. Je n'ai jamais rien vu d'aussi beau. Je n'ai jamais rien vu d'aussi beau. I've never seen anything so beautiful, okay? Like you guys. Negation with undefined articles. When negating a statement with undefined articles, we have un, une, de. Un, une, de. You use the instance, okay? You use the instance. Example, je veux une pomme, okay? I want an apple. I want an apple. Becomes je ne veux pas de pomme. I do not want an apple. Je ne veux pas de pomme. Okay? I do not want an apple. Negation in command. We have in negative command we have ne, and the verb are used without pas. So it's strongly commanding you. Ne mange pas ça. You use this one when you're talking to your kid, you're talking to someone who is younger than you, you're shouting. For instance, a kid is trying to eat dust or grass, I don't know, grass or something like that. When you're like, ne mange pas ça, don't eat that. Ne mange pas ça. Okay, Don't eat that. You are just being strong and firm in your word. Negative with adverb. When negatives and when they are verb that is modified by an adverb, ne and pas surround both the verb and the adverb. Example, il parle souvent. Il often speak becomes il ne parle pas souvent. Il ne parle pas souvent. Il ne parle pas souvent. He does not speak often. Does not speak often. So understanding negation is essential for accurately expressing negated statements and forming negative sentences in French. It involves using the appropriate negation word and placing them correctly in relation to the verb and other element in the sentence. Okay, it's very important. So I hope you guys will try to go through again and understand better what we are just from talking about. And if you have any question, please guys feel free to ask me any question you have, and I'll try my best to make it clear. And remember, we are just scratching, like it's just the surface, but things are a lot deeper, that we need to learn. And if you have any question, just ask. Bye. We are going to look at the basic grammar concept, interrogative. I hope someone will enjoy this session. Okay, interrogative in French, which is interrogative. Interrogative are words used to form questions. They help gather information, seek clarification, or prompt a response. Okay, in French there are various interrogative words and structures. Here are some key elements of the interrogative. So, questions word. We have quand, which is when. Quand est-ce que tu viens? Quand est-ce que tu viens? When are you coming? Où, which is where. Où est le marché? Where is the market? Où est le marché? Then we have qui, which is où. Okay, où. Qui est ton ami? Qui est ton ami? Who is your friend? Who is your friend? Quoi? What? Quoi? What? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? What are you doing? Qu'est-ce que tu fais? What are you doing? Then we have comment, which is how. Comment, which is how. Comment ça va? Comment ça va? How are you? This one I think we are familiar with it by now, right? And we have pourquoi, which is why. We have pourquoi, which is why. Example, pourquoi tu pleures? Pourquoi tu pleures? Why are you crying? Pourquoi tu pleures? Combien? Combien, which is how much, how many. Combien de frères as-tu? How many brothers do you have? Okay. How much is this item? Combien est cet article? Question, formation. Okay. In French, one common way to form a question is by inverting, inverting the subject and the verb. Example, tu parles français? You speak French? Become parles-tu français? Parles-tu français? Do you speak French? Okay. Parles-tu français? Another way is to use questions word at the beginning of the sentence and keep the subject verb order. Example, où est la bibliothèque? Où est la bibliothèque? Where is the library? Where is the library? Okay. Qu'est-ce que? Construction. Okay. An alternative method to form questions is by adding est-ce que at the beginning of the declarative sentence. Example, tu aimes le chocolat? You like chocolate. Become, est-ce que tu aimes le chocolat? Do you like chocolate? Est-ce que tu aimes le chocolat? Do you like chocolate? Okay. Qu'est-ce que and qu'est-ce qui? Qu'est-ce que is used to ask about the object of the act. Okay. I think by now you are able to make the difference between the object of the act and the object of the what and the object of the action. So, of the subject. Example of question of qu'est-ce que is used to ask about the object of the action. So we have example here. Qu'est-ce que tu manges? What are you eating? What are you eating? Qu'est-ce que tu manges? Qu'est-ce que tu manges? The object of the action is what the person is eating. Qu'est-ce que tu manges? Qu'est-ce qui is used to ask about the subject of the action. Example. Qu'est-ce qui se passe? What happening? What happening? Okay? So, tag question. Tag questions involve adding a short question and at the end of the sentence. Example, tu viens avec moi, n'est-ce pas? You are coming with me, aren't you? Tu viens avec moi, n'est-ce pas? So, understanding interrogative is crucial for forming questions and seeking information in French, okay? Different questions, words, and structures can be used based on the type of information you are seeking, at the context of the conversation. So, you guys, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask, and I'll be there and I'll help as much I can. So we'll continue the same session. I just try to make it as short as possible, but I've realized that it's a bit longer. So I'll put it into 2, guys, so it can help you and try to understand this better so you can go through again and again. Okay, guys, if you have any question, feel free, and do not forget, repetition is the mother of knowledge. Okay, bye. See you next video. Bonjour. J'espère que nous allons tous très bien. Guys, I'm so excited about this topic today. Tell me how you feel. It's something very important for me to help you guys to learn, because it's not only about the language but also how you feel, throughout the process of speaking, of learning the language and interacting with other people in that same language. One thing we should keep in mind is that our feelings are not only something which we just we can ignore. They are an integral part of our moral, social, and personal well-being. It's important for us to speak out and put word on our feelings. They also can help us to act quickly and in important situations. For instance, you don't like what's going on and people cannot choose the excuse of like, she didn't say anything, he didn't say anything, so I just thought it was fine. You just didn't know which word you're supposed to use, but you just didn't know how to express yourself, which words to put on the specific emotion that you had. So I really hope someone will enjoy this session, and let us learn to put words on what we feel. Okay, and you should just know that French people are very expressive people. They do not keep their tongue in their mouth. And they usually put the the point on the E, as they say in French. So guys, be just ready to always express how you feel so you can be heard. So, how I feel? I'm happy. Je suis heureux. Je suis heureuse. Okay? Je suis heureux. Je suis heureuse. Je suis heureux, it's for male. Je suis heureuse, it's for female. I'm sad. Je suis triste. I'm sad. Je suis triste. I'm excited. Je suis excitée pour un male. Je suis excitée pour une female, like for a female. As we can see here, if we pay attention, most of the differences you find them into the accent and the E when you want to make the difference between the female word and the masculine one. relaxed. Je suis détendu. For a male, without E at the end. For female, with a E at the end. I'm stressed. Je suis stressé. You know, when things are really overwhelmed and they give you a lot of job and a lot of work and it's just like, you know what guys, please stop. Je suis stressé. Like, je suis stressé. Okay? I'm stressed out right now. Please, not now. I'm confident. Je suis confiant. It's for male. Je suis confiante. It's for female. Je suis confiant. Je suis confiante. Je suis confiante that je veux réussir. Je suis confiante que je veux réussir. I'm confident that I will succeed. I'm surprised. Je suis surpris. It's for male. Je suis surprise. It's for female. Oh, je suis surprise. I'm tired. Je suis fatigué. Je suis fatigué. It's the same for male and female, but you just pay attention to details, which is E. Je suis fatigué. Guys, I'm in love. Je suis amoureux. This is for male. Je suis amoureuse. This is for female. Je suis amoureuse. I'm bored. Je m'ennuie. Ouais, je m'ennuie. I'm bored. So, I try to put up things together, guys. There are more than these. I know there are a lot of emotions, so if we can just try to find out and learn them just for fun, just to be able, and for instance, we can just try to learn more and find out about the emotion or the feeling that you usually experience often, you know, that you often experience, that can help you to know it, so when you have to express yourself, you use it properly. And remember guys, repetition is the mother of knowledge. And if you have any question, any preoccupation, feel free to talk to me. And for this specific topic, even if you are going through something, just feel free to talk to me. J'espère que nous allons tous bien. So today's topic is tell me what you see. Okay. So, it's important when speaking a language to know how to express yourself. I talked about it and I'll keep repeating that. Each step is really important. It's like building a house. Each stone, each brick, each block has its own importance. So, today we are going to see how to tell people what you are seeing. Je vois mean I see. Je vois. I see. Je vois un oiseau dans le ciel. Je vois un oiseau dans le ciel. I see a bird in the sky. Je vois un oiseau dans le ciel. I see a bird in the sky. Tu vois, you see, singular, informal. Tu vois la mer depuis la fenêtre. What a wonderful sentence. You see the sea from the window. Tu vois la mer depuis la fenêtre. So, this one, I just want to just drop it there, guys. You know, sometimes you can tell someone like, you see her? You see her? You can also say, tu vois, hein? Tu vois. Not to mean that, like, I'm seeing. You're just telling someone, what are you doing? Like, why are you doing that? Why? Like, can you see just what you're doing? You're making me upset. Just putting it there, guys, so you can be using it. You never know. Il, elle, on voit. So it's not just, I didn't just put it there. I also took the liberty to conjugate it. As you can see, I started by the first person, which is je vois. Then I went to the second person, which is tu vois. Then il, elle, on voit. As you can see, the end is changing. Yeah. Il voit un film au cinéma. He's seeing a movie at the cinema. You see, like I was saying, you will say that he's watching a movie at the cinema. Je vois un film au cinéma. He's seeing a movie at the cinema. It's talking about the place, l'endroit. Où. So, dans la forêt. Je vois les oiseaux dans la forêt. So, I'm seeing the bird in the forest. As you can see, the forest is this one. I'm just trying to show you. You can mention the places where you're seeing stuff. Then we have auberge. 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 We have à la maison. À la maison. Au parc. À la ferme. Dans l'espace. À l'école. À la ville. So there are words here. I want you guys to find out what are the meanings in French and tell me what you are seeing. So here you can see stuff and mention them. What are you seeing? I'm seeing a lamp. I'm seeing a bed. I'm seeing a woman. I'm seeing a towel. I'm seeing a bed. I'm seeing a doormat. I'm seeing a bag. So you guys now find out which one is which. I mentioned those in English, so you have to find them in French. So, nous voyons, which is we see. Nous voyons des belles fleurs dans le jardin. We are seeing beautiful. We see beautiful flowers in the garden. Vous voyez? You see. Singular or plural form. You use it for singular when you're talking about an elder person than you, or you are talking about an elder, or you want to be respectful or formal. And vous, it's for plural. Vous voyez? La tour Eiffel. You see the Eiffel Tower. Il, elle voit. Okay, they see. Elle voit un arc-en-ciel après la pluie. Elle voit un arc-en-ciel après la pluie. They see a rainbow after the rain. The example demonstrates how the verb voir is conjugated in different form and how it can be used in phrases that expressing various things in different context, places, why, etc., etc. So here are again some things that you're supposed to find out in English, and like they're here in French. You just, I think the image will help you to find out. So you can say, I'm seeing stairs, which are escalier. I'm seeing la poignée, which is the handle. I'm seeing la table, which is the table. La télé, le canapé, le lecteur DVD. We just try to go through these. It can help us seeing, everything that you have in the room. So yeah, feel free to ask if there is any question. Maybe you are not getting anything, just feel free to ask. I'll try to help as much I can. Okay, bye guys, see you next session. We are going to talk about cultural context. Why is it important for us to learn cultural context? To tackle also that specific part. So guys, I keep on saying taco. It's a French word. If it's not in English, just understand that means looking at. Yeah, talking about. Yeah, so it will be a very long session. Bye bye. We are all fine. J'espère que nous allons tous très bien. Cultural context. Cultural context. This is our topic today. Why is it important to learn this? I know that most of the time, not even most of the time, we are learning a new language because we want to travel, we want to go work outside the country. So it's important for us to understand this. As much as we can all be Africans, maybe Europeans, I don't know, etc., etc. Cultures are different. You go in this country, we might have a similar culture, but there are still some differences, and those differences can create a lot of misunderstanding and weird situations and awkward ones. So I wouldn't like you guys to be in those kind of situations. That's why we are looking at this specific station. So, greetings. In French culture, greetings are important to make a good impression, okay? It's not just about greeting someone. And when I came here in Zambia, it was difficult for me because people do not really greet a lot, and it was awkward. And if you ask a lot of people that's usually comes maybe from Congo and other stuff, it's one of the things that we noticed first. You guys don't usually greet, okay? I'm not throwing a stone at you guys. I'm just trying to make you understand what we are talking about. When meeting in a business setting or with acquaintances, handshake and which are common. These things are common when arriving and leaving among friends and family, and popular greetings is a baiser, okay? La bise, which is a kiss, la bise. So a kiss on both cheeks, okay? People usually kiss 3, but it might vary with the region where you're coming from, but most of the time it's 3. And I used to get confused about this one. I think I mentioned it earlier. So to remove sunglasses and art when doing la bise, show respect by using titles like Madame, Monsieur. In verbal greetings, the title Madame is used to any woman regardless of marital status, okay? In formal context or with elder, use last name and title until invited to use first name, okay? Academic titles should also be acknowledged in a formal setting before any conversation or request. People are like, I studied, bro, so give me the respect. Communication. In French culture, the way people talk depends on their social status, education, age, and where they are from. So we have what we call slang. So you realize that a lot of people speak French that is slang, which we call argot. In English is slang. So you find it in some areas and not in some other areas. And you find the bourgeoisie, those people that speak correct French, correct manners and stuff like that. And recently you just find out that the slang is not just used among people of lower classes, but even among kids, young people and stuff like that. But even though the slang again used among young people from bourgeoisie is different from the other language. Okay guys, so pay attention. They usually communicate in French, but some may use regional dialect. French communication is direct. Which might seem rude to some, but the French see it as polite. They prefer controlled, they prefer to controlled debate over public disagreement, and often use logic in argument. They are not people that usually goes around the bush or stuff like that. They're like, no, they just give it straight to you guys. So, compliments are appreciated but are often met with humble denial. Oh, you look nice. Oh, really? Oh, I know, thank you. You're just trying to, yeah. So, formality is crucial. Using vous, formal, you is polite, while tu is informal. People don't play with that. So I remember when I came with my uncle here, we only there was that one lady who was working at my uncle's place, and whenever she would come, first of all, she didn't used to greet people. I think I mentioned that. And when she started finally greeting people after my uncle talked to her, now she'll come and say, how are you, sir? And my uncle be irritated because for him is saying comment tu vas instead of comment vous allez. So this is something that elder don't take lightly, and in professional areas also. So we should very pay attention to that. So it's used among familiar individuals. Using tu inappropriately can be disrespectful. French humor is often witty. What can I say? It's satirical, ironic, with a preference for humorous real life, stories, or self-deprecating humor, that kind of stuff. They are just true. In non-verbal communication, touching is acceptable among familiar people. Person space is about on an arm length. Personal space is about an arm's length, and direct eyes contact is seen as respectful when you are talking to someone. But do not stare at them for 10-50 minutes. But when you are greeting someone, it shows confidence and respect. French people use gestures like a thumbs up to indicate okay, and sometimes you use it to stop a car. Okay. Young people may display public affection like hugging or kissing. But it's not at the same level as for English people. Okay, things to do and not. What can you do while speaking French? Engage in the French language to build rapport. Simply phrases like bonjour, hello, or parlez-vous français, parlez-vous anglais, do you speak French, do you speak English, do you speak Spanish, can be really helpful. People who pay attention to you. Our cultural knowledge, show cultural knowledge, demonstrate knowledge of history, politics, and French culture. The French take pride in their heritage, and they feel interested by you because you have shown them that you are interested, of knowing them and their culture, so they will invest in you. It's more like you give me, I give you, you pay attention to me, I'll know, I'll be there. It's something like that. Social etiquette. Follow social etiquette, addressing people by their proper titles and using polite language to avoid faux pas, which are mistakes, faux pas, mistakes. Thoughtful discussions. Expect discussions to be well thought out. French people express opinion after careful consideration. They really need to express themselves after thinking about it. Things you are not supposed to do. Avoid personal questions. Refrain from asking personal questions about age, sexual orientation, family, or children unless you have a close friendship. French people value privacy. Then we have salary and finance. Never inquire about someone's salary or finances, it is considered highly inappropriate. Allow them to share if they wish, and avoid revealing your own salary unless appropriate. And there are some questions that people ask me sometimes. I'm like, and I realize that okay, you just have to answer. They don't think it's rude, And even if you have to ask these questions, there are ways to ask them properly. Avoid negative comments, for instance, steer clear of negative comment about friends or the French identity. The French take pride in their nations, and foreign criticism may offend them, like you have them on your back. So maintain composure in public. Avoid drawing attention to yourself in public. Shouting or displaying lack of self-control is viewed as negatively, is viewed like being like for a lower class, Be patient. Don't get frustrated if things take time. The French prioritize quality over convenience and appreciates patience. Yeah, no wonder they have, very wonderful clothes, quality food, stuff like that. Other considerations we can take is that smoking cigarette is a common habit in France, particularly among older people generation. However, this is slowly changing. A French person will likely tell you if you have made a mistake. This can be interpreted as rude or out of place in some scenarios, but they would expect you to do the same to them out of respect. Okay? Out of respect. So if you are wrong, I'm telling you that you are wrong. Dude, tell me I'm wrong when I'm wrong, not to take revenge. That's a kind of way of showing consideration and respect when it comes to the French culture. So business culture, meaning appointments are necessary, made in advance. You cannot just show up to someone's places without telling them that you are coming in the French culture. Okay? It's not possible. Avoid August and days around public holidays for meetings. Public holidays are mostly made for family, resting, and stuff like that. Make appointments in writing or by phone. Okay? Punctuality is valued. Offer business card upon arrival in English or French. Dress formally, respecting rank and order in a room. Okay? Meeting follow an agenda. Business conducted slowly. Decision making happen outside of the meeting. I think this one is also in English. Negotiation. Avoid confrontation behaviors. Prefer low-key presentation. Explain, like you need to explain proposal, allowing for analysis. Formalize agreement with comprehensive contract. Allow time for contract finalization. Relationships. Building personal business connections is vital. Focus on long-term partnership through face-to-face visit. Okay? Maintain natural trust and respect. Distinguish between business and personal relationship. Okay? We need to articulate on that one. So we have this one, which is communication. Emphasize constantly and formalities in communication. Good debating skill are appreciated. Direct eyes contact is important. French may seem direct. Discussions can be intense. Learn a few key phrases in French as a sign of respect. Consideration. Businesses are divided come from the top. Professionalism is crucial for acceptance. Hard work is admired, but workaholism is frowned upon. The typical working week is 35 hours. Business discussion during dinners are generally avoided. France is subject to a trade regulatory requirement. France ranks 33 on the Corruption Perceptions Index in 2017, indicating a moderately clean public sector. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this session. It was just a little something to help you see and understand the French culture in different area and stuff, so you can have a picture before going there. Okay guys, bye bye, see you for the last session. J'espère que nous allons tous bien. I hope we are all fine. So this is our last session, but it's going to be a bit different. What I want from you guys, it's a letter. I want you to write a letter in French. You can write it maybe to your lover, to your mother, to your siblings, or maybe to your employee, anything. Just try to write it. Then after receiving your letters guys, I will try to go through this specific lesson which will show us how to write a letter, the formalities, and we'll go through together your letters, and we'll have some fun, and I'll help you to understand better. You should know that there is no stupid letters, there is no stupid mistakes. Everything is valid, and I'll be so happy and I'm so excited to receive all of them. Okay guys, I hope you enjoy writing your letters. I can't wait to see them. Bye bye.